should have restarted. Bam, we're good. Trump supporters. Trump supporters, welcome to the show. I want to know if you regret your vote. Better yet, I know there's a growing number of you that very much do. We've seen some of your sentiments shared, even if it's in your spaces or some liberal ones. There's a good bit of you who are like, even if you don't regret it fully, it's like this one thing he did is just enough for me to go fuck Donald Trump. If you are one of those Trump supporters, I just want to let you know that this live is a safe space for you. This is the place where you can come and you can share your positions and opinions without too much judgment. And if you're a Trump supporter who does not regret their vote, well, you can request up in the box too. I can give you several reasons as to why you should. And the call-in number is now available on the tube side, 737-295-5321. And let's see what kind of good chats we can get going today. Yeah. I don't know what about this stream made me look like anything else but a liberal, my guy. But okay, that works. Thank you guys for knocking out the gift goal. Gonna need you to do a couple things while you're here. Double tap that screen till the heart bar gets full. Double tap that screen till the heart bar gets full. Send your daily heart meets if you have not already. Share out the live with your friends and family. Repost, add it to your story. Knock out the little 1 cent gift goals that gets us boosted out in the FYP. And let's get the stream going. Looks like we have our first guest here, Brody. Brody, did you vote for Trump?
Well, I'm not old enough, but I have a question.
You're not old enough. Okay.
But I have a question.
So, TikTok terms of service says I can't talk to minors on here. You have a lot more luck talking to a Republican about. I'm sure there's some Republicans that would love to talk to you. I, for one, you can just listen in, kid. You should just listen in. That's how that's gonna go. That's how that's going to go. I see you there, Nemo. We're just waiting on some ops. Yeah, buddy. Can't do that. Can't do that on the stream. I'm glad you're young and curious, I guess. That's not a bad start. I guess at whatever age you would be, I didn't give a shit about politics. But no, we can't do that. We can't do that anywhere else, guys. Won't happen. Voted for Trump 3 times. Why do you guys say that with like such conviction and then you don't do anything with it? You don't do anything with it. Saying you voted for Trump 3 times with like some pride is like saying I shit myself 3 times in my life. It's the same shit. Saying you voted for Trump 3 times, all 3 times, is like saying I shit myself 3 times. I don't know why you'd go around like sharing that piece of information. It's kind of weird. ANC, did you vote for Trump?
I did 3 times.
Okay. And do you regret your vote?
Not at all.
Not at all. Why is that?
Not at all. Well, I have 2 litmus tests. One is sanctity of life in the womb, and the other is they have to know how to. They have to have enough education to correctly pronounce nuclear.
What is this litmus test for? Who is this litmus test for?
No, for who I would vote for.
Oh.
I'm
So pronunciation of words and the preservation of innocent life
Yes.
is your litmus test?
Yeah.
Fascinating. So the problem with the pronunciation part is a lot of people make honest mistakes, sure, but then there's also people who show their lack of intelligence with their pathetic pronunciation of very big words that any president or presidential candidate should know. Donald Trump quite literally struggles in that department. He does a load of word salad. So if that was your determining factor to vote for them, you shouldn't have voted for Trump. And if we're talking about the preservation of innocent life, which you would limit to the womb, I would argue innocent life should be protected at any stage and any growth, and look no further than the Trump administration who threatens that.
No, we share that. I'm Christian, and so I share the biblical belief about life.
Biblical belief about life. What do you think the biblical belief about life is?
Well, we are created to serve God and enjoy Him forever.
Okay. And what happens to people who don't believe that?
They have an eternity of conscious torment.
An eternity of conscious torment. How does that work?
Torment.
You referencing
What?
hell, or are you talking about on
Yeah.
this earth?
No, hell. When you die, you go to one of two places.
Yeah, so I'm not really so much worried about what happens after they're gone. I'm worried about what happens to them with your vote for this belief system when they're here on the earth.
Well, I think that, voting for a politician, especially in this era, is finding the least bad character to vote for.
Yeah, that is very correct. So you can see why I'm so confused. How you, as a Christian, if you believe in the preservation of life and someone who's the least bad, why you do vote for the worst, one of the worst presidents we've ever had, if not the worst president we've ever had in U.S. history?
What was the alternative?
What was the alternative? A woman who actually respected the sanctity of life, regardless if they were United States citizens or otherwise. A woman who wanted to give everyone the ability, opportunity, and the ability of choice, and to pursue career interests with assistance from the federal government that we pay so much money in taxes to. That was the alternative.
You're not talking about Kamala Harris.
Oh, so remember that thing you mentioned about like people who can't pronounce words?
Yeah.
Why can't you pronounce Kamala right?
Well, I just pronounce it the way I see it.
Okay. The way you see something doesn't mean that's how it's pronounced, right?
Okay, that's all right. I'm okay with that.
Listen, you came up here. You was talking about like pronunciation, so I'm just holding you to your logic. Kamala
Yeah.
Harris. You can just say Harris if Kamala
Yeah.
is too difficult.
She is the literal reincarnation of the Professor Irwin Corey. You're probably not old enough to know who that is. But
The living reincarnation of Professor Irwin.
Irwin,
Corey?
yes. Yeah. IRWINCOREY.
The stand-up comic film actor and activist.
Yeah. I think he wrote her speeches. You should listen to his speech. You should listen to his work.
Well, you'd
I
be
think-
wrong off the bat because he's a communist.
No, I think he wrote her speeches.
You think
Irwin
a dead
Corey.
man wrote her speeches. Okay. So again, if you think she's a living reincarnation of this individual, you'd be wrong off the bat, considering that he is a communist. So Kamala Harris was not a communist. Kamala Harris was a capitalist. She stood on this. What speech did he write that you think Kamala Harris's positions resembled? I'm curious.
No, just the I think he's the inventor of the humorous word salad.
You got to come up with something better than that, my guy.
No, you just you're too young to fully appreciate his work.
Yeah.
But
Again,
I
I would like for you to substantiate this specifically. Like what was his thing?
nobody can do it as well as he can, but Mrs. Harris is close.
Cool. You comparing a comedian to a politician, not just any politician, someone who's a prosecutor, attorney general, district attorney, United States senator, and vice president of the United States is not really a thing that could be done accurately. One advocated for policies that would have helped Americans, voted on said policies, and the other leaned a certain way, further than the candidate that you're comparing her to, and told jokes.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris wasn't a comedian.
You'll enjoy
and
him.
She was serious about everything she stood on, things you probably aren't very versed in.
She didn't pass my litmus test.
Okay. Your litmus test is hypocritical. Can you tell me when she didn't pronounce the word nuclear wrong or correctly, and how her not pronouncing the word right that one time would have negated her entire political career?
Well, she was very much in favor of abortion, and that's where I was out.
Yeah, I asked you about nuclear. So You
That's
picked
okay.
that one. What about the nuclear part? Did you hear that?
I hear it from a lot of people, even on the right.
Okay, I didn't ask you what you heard from the right. I asked you to tell me when she didn't pronounce the word nuclear correctly.
Yeah. Well, you've got a great voice. You should have a radio show.
Cool. You're gonna keep
You,
pivoting, or you're gonna answer the question?
no, I'm done with that.
You just brought it up for no reason.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's irrelevant. What's your issue with her stance on abortion?
She's in favor of it.
She's in favor of choice.
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with women having the ability to choose what they do with their bodies and the contents that they produce?
I don't think it's their body. It's not their DNA. It's not their heart beating.
Oh, so is your body your body?
My body is my body, and
Oh,
if
so
I
why do you get to
if I
own your
was
body,
a
but they
woman
don't?
with a body inside of me, I would want to protect that body inside of me. That's all.
Yeah, there's a point of viability to where very much they and the government does protect that body inside of them. I'm trying to figure out how you get the right to yours, but they don't.
Well, it's not their body though.
It is their
It's
body.
it's not their DNA. It's not their heartbeat.
They literally
It's
created
just
all
not
of
their
it.
body.
You can say that, but then they literally created all of it.
Well, I'll leave you with this point.
You'll run with this
We
point. Go ahead.
we got through lynching blacks during slavery. We got through
You
sending.
guys do this really pathetic job of just saying with your full chest, I don't like women to have control. And you often look at black faces like me and you make shit racial out of fucking nowhere. I assume you have a better argument, or you can just drop from the panel, my guy. Why in the world do you get to own the contents of your body, but then women can't? Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side and we call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. That just got real racist really quick, don't you think, guys? Laura, did you vote for Trump? Laura, did you vote for Trump? Laura, come back up when you're ready to talk. Jess, did you vote for Trump? Oh, Jess didn't load yet. Jess, did you vote for Trump?
Oh shit, no, sorry, you can drive.
Got you. Thank you very much for coming up. Hey, ANC, you ready to answer my question now?
Call from
Calling you on the line. What is your name, age, and state?
Yes, hello.
Yep, name, age, and state.
Hello. I'm guessing you're having a spirited debate against Trump supporters, and I'm one of them.
It's not a debate, but sure. Age and state.
43, Utah.
Wonderful. And you voted for Trump, correct?
That's correct.
Do you regret your vote?
No, I do not.
I think I can give you several reasons as to why you should.
Okay, have at it.
Sure. So one of the three big things that Trump supporters say they voted for him for is lower prices, specifically gas and groceries. They'll highlight no new wars, and then common sense policies. Donald Trump lacks all of those things. He lacks common sense. We can see that in many of his actions. He can't even properly articulate his actions in Iran alongside Israel. He's quite literally been a direct cause to increase in prices, specifically gas, also going back to the situation with Iran. And of course, the fact that we're now in a war. So that kind of challenged that one.
Okay, so let's tackle this one by one. Common sense. I think he has.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
He realized that Iran is now the biggest threat to the global economy, and he's implementing Operation Epic Fury to hopefully combat that, so it won't be detrimental to not just the U.S. but other countries.
I'm sorry, how is Iran the biggest
involved.
threat to the global economy?
Okay, so I'm not exactly sure if you're aware of what they're doing, constricting flows throughout the Strait of Hormuz, which is 20% of the oil economy. And they're also threatening and also putting that to fruition by striking vessels that's going through it. So that's causing a hindrance and raising up oil prices. So now they have to be stopped. Do you agree?
Oh, cool. The 20% that you're referencing being a threat to the entirety of the economy, pretty sure we can think of bigger ones, but sure. You'd also be conveniently leaving out the fact that that action that you're referencing that brought up gas prices across the country would be in response to something.
Yes, absolutely. It's a response for doing a preemptive strike during negotiations. But you're also forgetting the fact
God
that
bless you.
Thank you, Tanya.
Iran is responsible for funding Hamas, the Houthis, and Hezbollah.
Yes, allegations
God
have
bless
been made,
you.
and there very much have been proxies. But then again, we can use that argument for the U.S. and how we are directly responsible for funding many of these people as well.
God bless you.
You know, the U.S. was actually the original funders of H Group.
Of H Group?
Yes, some of our
God
actions
bless you.
directly made them the power that they are today in the mid to late 1900s.
So the U.S.
Also,
is
the
responsible
basis
for,
of the attack was very much because of, allegedly nuclear energy and all the other crap. And then,
God bless
like
you.
you said, your words, and I'm surprised you actually know this because a lot of Trump supporters don't. We were literally in the middle of negotiating with them a deal. The next week, they were supposed to have another sit down after the first one.
Yes, so I believe, well, it's just my opinion that they were implementing stalling tactics because despite of them agreeing to have the IAEA going through there and routinely inspecting to see if uranium enrichment was at a certain level, they still refuse to not abide by prohibiting funding for, like I said, the Houthis, Hamas, and Hezbollah, and their oppressive.
The deal wasn't about any of that, and the United States hasn't even fully proven some of those allegations that you just made. But that had nothing to do with the deal when it comes to the threat of nuclear weapons. That would be the main priority. Because all those groups and them pew-pewing at people is not a threat as one of our enemy countries getting a nuke and dropping it on a nation. That should have been the priority. That was the purpose of the negotiations, and none of those reasons were cited as to why Donald Trump struck them preemptively in the middle of a negotiation. So that point is moot.
Sir, actually, this is a new administration, and they had added demands as well for
none of the demands that none of the things that you referenced was a part of the negotiations in regards to them denuclearizing or reducing their uranium enrichment to weapons grade levels, below weapons grade levels.
That's one out of 3 demands, sir. During the Obama administration, they complied in order to get sanctions alleviated. Trump,
what did they comply with?
For uranium enrichment to only reach a certain level, sir.
That's correct, 3%. I'm aware of the JCPOA deal that was made, and Donald Trump pulled us out of that. Fun fact. So, again, can you tell me what part of the recent negotiations included all the other things that you're alleging, which is stopping payments to Houthis and everything else?
Like I just said, sir, those were his added demands.
I don't remember any of that being discussed in the deal. Not to mention, those added demands could have never been met or negotiated because we didn't even get to the next week, the next round of negotiations.
Yes, absolutely. And also another added component was to get rid of their ballistic missiles, which they considered that to be a no starter.
I'm
So
sorry.
that
What is
info,
your where are you getting this information from in regards to the deal?
I'm getting sources from CNN, Reuters, Al Jazeera, MSN, MS Now, Fox News. A plethora of sources is where I'm getting this
Okay,
information from,
naming
sir.
naming networks isn't necessarily a source. What did you read in regards to these added portions of this deal that were not met in the first week of negotiations?
Okay. So they refuse to disarm ballistic capabilities, which, of course, from their point of view, is detrimental to their national security, which I completely understand why they wouldn't do that, because that's not only political suicide, but actually suicide to retain their current regime, because now they're sitting ducks and Israel can strike them at any time. So I completely understand where they're coming from, but that doesn't negate the fact that that's what provoked the preemptive strike, which the Trump administration thought that if they can get an advantage by doing a precise strike, which eliminated the supreme leader and 40 others in line of
Can you tell
command,
me when
that would
Iran
force
struck their
them.
ballistic missiles against the U.S. or even Israel um, without being,
God bless you.
what's the word I'm looking for? Thank you, Erica, for the Skydrift gift. I appreciate you. W's to Erica. Without being provoked.
I'm sorry. The question was, can you tell me when Iran struck
When
ballistic
Iran
missiles?
launched their ballistic missiles outside of being provoked to do so, which means it would be an offense versus defense, or at least in response to offensive actions against them.
So they actually did not do that in the middle of negotiations. But like I said, the Trump administration viewed it as a threat.
What right does the Trump administration have to look at a country's defensive capabilities and tell them to
God
disarm?
bless you.
Okay, so the narrative has been for over a decade now that Iran is the number one leading sponsor in terrorism.
Yes, the
Whether
narrative. I'm
you
glad you
believe
said
it or not,
narrative.
yes, whether you believe it or not, the Trump administration viewed it as
So I
sacrosanct
really want to
to,
narrow this down from views and perspectives and narratives versus what we can prove and threats that's actually been made, because that's all I care about. I don't care about every word that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth, because he's a pathological liar. Okay, the threat
So-
that Iran would pose to the entire world, particularly the United States and Israel, would be their nuclear capacity. Their ballistic missiles is more of an Israel problem, and unless you're an Israel dick sucker, I don't really care about that. So why is it that Donald Trump thinks he gets to tell a country to disarm their defensive capabilities in response to aggression from people around them, and then walk back on a deal that he was actively making with them to denuclearize?
Sir, the leading sponsor of terrorism, of course, is subjective, dependent on what country is viewing it. So we can flip that around and say that the U.S., some countries view the U.S. as the biggest terrorist on the planet. I'm assuming, since you're
I'd actually be pretty
American, that
correct in
you
that
don't
scenario.
view it as such.
I think history says that
So
we are the
my
biggest
point,
threats to peace in many ways,
well,
but that's a separate conversation.
but yeah, that's your opinion, sir, because one might view a terrorist as a freedom fighter and vice versa.
Sure.
Do you agree? So now you're buttressing my point that the leading sponsor of terrorism is subjective. Am I right, or am I right about that?
Sure. Subjective based off of, people's narrow-minded opinions on what terrorism is. Absolutely. So again, do you support the strikes in Iran, and why? Because you seem to be having a whole lot of trouble defending the actions over there.
Yes, absolutely. Despite it being a preemptive strike from the U.S., they are now acting irrational and striking neighboring countries that has nothing to do with the tension
U.S. bases
between.
in neighboring countries?
They just didn't strike U.S. bases in the Gulf countries, sir. They
Did
also
they?
strike infrastructure, sir. They also strike infrastructure in Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Kuwait, etc. So now this
Yes, they're threatening
is,
their water.
in my point. Okay, so do you view that as irrational or not?
What is irrational about it? You want me? You want me to
No,
put my
I'm
brain
asking you.
in the minds of the Iranian regime?
That would make sense, sir, to have a proper analysis.
Okay, cool. So my enemies are attacking me, and I want to starve them. I want to make them as weak as possible. So I starve them by attacking their water infrastructure. So there's only so much they can do to me when they're dehydrated as fuck. Not to mention, water would also be used in some of their AI capacities in their military, fucking with their citizens that would get a better response from people like the UN and whatnot. So from that perspective, it is rational, it is tactical. But in general, and thank you, Fax, for mentioning this in the comments, war is just irrational as fuck. So there's that.
Okay, so committing acts of violence for geopolitical benefits, do you consider that terrorism or not?
Do I consider? Yes, that would be terrorism. So are you now admitting that Donald Trump is a terrorist?
So, like I said, that's subjective, and if we are going to go
By
strictly
your
with the
own
definition,
logic. By your
no,
own
I said
logic, that's what Trump is
we were
doing. And then now you want to
okay.
talk
So
about subjectivity? You just tried to apply that to
I
Iran.
I am not a Trump sycophant, but going strictly off the definition, then yes.
Okay.
But
W's in the
since
chat
we
too.
all
Facts
have to,
don't matter. For the $10 Venmo, the white guilt fund surcharge. Surcharge is diabolical. Might as well get it going. W's in the chat to you, Facts.
so
W's in the chat to Erica for the $10 Venmo, supporting black-owned businesses. Goddamn right. Thank you so much, Erica. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to you. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Hector Talks with 2 R's, and PayPal Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the Tube side, we may send a super chat or
God
super
bless
sticker.
you.
Today's live, we're actually going to be fundraising for an individual who needs some help. She just had a baby and medical bills are kicking her ass. I'm going to talk more about that when I'm done with this guest, but give me a second. Okay, guys. So by the definition
I'm
that you just
actually
tried to
gonna.
give of terrorism, that would apply to Donald Trump's actions, very much so. And then Iran responding in kind, it would be hard to say that they're the terrorists, considering that, again, it would be a response to aggression. So I'm a little confused as to where you're going with this. And why would you then, by seemingly your own words, support the actions of this administration?
Okay, because now Iran is striking global logistics, which is even a bigger threat than just strategically targeting U.S. bases and Israel. They're going above and beyond and targeting neighboring countries.
That's
that
what
has
you do in
nothing to do
war.
with the turmoil.
Trump started a war with them. They are now responding as if they are in war with us and Israel.
So, okay, but that doesn't negate the fact that they're still going above and beyond, and now they are a threat.
How are they going above and beyond? They're in war.
Because
they're defending themselves and they're attempting to neutralize the threat. And I want to make something super duper clear. I'm not pro-Iran. I'm simply looking at it from the perspective of they were attacked. They're responding to the attack.
Yes, and it makes complete sense for them to retaliate and not stay idle, being sitting ducks. But again, it still doesn't negate the fact that they're now a threat to the global economy.
That's what
Now, do
happens
you
in
see?
war. War is a threat to the global economy.
Okay, so
So
now,
you know what Donald Trump could
um,
do to stop that threat to the global economy? Or what he could have done or should have done is he could have and should have made a deal. That was the whole purpose of the negotiations, much like a particular black president did back in 2015, to where Iran wasn't a
sir,
threat to the global economy then, when their uranium enrichment was not allowed to go above 3%, where the IAEA was allowed to go through their bases, first year specifically, 400 and something times to ensure compliance. And Donald Trump woke up one day and said, nah, I've had enough of that. And that's how we got here. So you keep supporting the actions of this administration towards Iran because you don't like them. I understand that portion. But you're completely negating the fact that we wouldn't be in this mess if your president used common sense.
okay. So, uh, like I said before, he didn't think the previous deal that was constructed under the Obama administration went far enough, and
How far is it supposed
side
to go?
effects. The again, that is very subjective. I'm just speaking. Um,
Okay, well, you keep speaking for Trump. I already know his mind. I know he's stupid, right? I'm trying to understand why you support his actions. So I want you to speak from your perspectives versus Trump's. This conversation will go a lot further that way. Sitting here trying to
yes.
rationalize nonsense is,
Okay.
is not going to take us
So
anywhere.
yeah, I've already went
Do
through
you think the
like the
JCPOA did not go far enough?
no, it did not because it didn't prohibit the funding of the age groups like I just mentioned, which resulted in October
Got you. If
7th
you or your
terrorist
proxies don't
attack on.
stop contributing any money in any fashion whatsoever to some other T-risk groups, then fuck it. You should have nuclear capacity and blow us all to hell. Is that what we're going with?
Can you please repeat the question again?
According to you and the JCPOA, because it didn't have provisions to stop funding to all these other groups, then we should just go, all right,
God bless
you're
you.
not giving us what we want, so we're just going to not worry about this deal, allow you to enrich your uranium to a degree to where it can become weapons grade nuclear and threaten the entirety of the world.
So the reason why the JCPOA didn't go far enough because there was a deadline for it. Now, if the terms and
Yeah, the deadline could have been
agreement was
renegotiated. End of what, 2023?
yes, so there was a deadline, which means that they can revert back to increasing the enrichment
Unless we
and
get a
now have the
master deal-making president such as Donald Trump, that's what he alleges to be, to negotiate a deal. In fact, under your worldview, it may have even been a better deal than the JCPOA. He didn't even try.
Well, sir, he did try because there was
He didn't.
weeks of negotiation.
No,
But
there was not
like
weeks.
I
The
said,
first one took place a Thursday before the Saturday morning that we got blown up. They got blown up.
okay. So he did, like I said, he did add in more demands, which was not
Ballistic missiles, sure.
conducive.
And just like
Yeah,
the
which
last
was
deal
not
with the JCPOA, they said, no, we're not disarming them.
Yeah. So there is limits of hegemony, and Trump failed to realize it. But it's worth to use leverage and try to get Iran to bow down to the 3 extra demands that he wanted implemented. Unfortunately, they
And we're in all-out
considered
war in
those
response. Hey,
components
man,
a
do some more
no-brainer.
reading.
Call
Oh,
from
God.
Chris,
Chris, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
absolutely.
Cool. Do me a favor, Chris, because I had a guest up on the panel before you. Just hold for 1 second. Let me check something real quick.
No problem.
Guys, continue to tap the screen. Get the likes up to 100K and beyond. Michael, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Do you regret your vote?
Yeah.
Yes, you regret your vote?
Yeah.
Why is that?
The one big beautiful bill, it had a piece in there where for gambling losses, you can only write off 90% instead of 100. And basically what that means is when you go to file taxes, typically if you won $50 and lost $40, then you have $10 of income and you pay taxes on that. But with this new bill, you can only write off 90% of the losses. So you're essentially paying taxes on money you didn't make.
That's the reason you regret your vote?
Yeah, because it's, that's a way I make money. So, you don't want people to mess up the income stream.
You are able to write off 90% of your losses.
Well, no, that's
90%.
so the one big beautiful bill is that's applying to this year. So last year it didn't apply yet, but
So you're a regret your vote because you don't have 10% more of your reckless spending and gambling to write off.
well, no, it's not that simple. I mean, if you think it's reckless, fair enough, but
Gambling
you only have to pay
literally
taxes if you
gambling.
make money, typically.
Can be considered a reckless action. You can do it strategically, but
Right. So let's assume I do it strategically. There's no evidence of that. But the reason this is a big deal, it's not just 10% get shaved off. Essentially, if you're a bettor, you're going to have a lot of wins and a lot of losses, which end in a net profit. But now you're taking 10% out of that. So essentially,
God
instead of
bless you.
winning 52.5% of the time, you now have to win about 56% of the time, which is a huge, huge edge.
okay. I don't fucking care. All right, what do you say your name was, caller?
Chris,
Chris, got you. And you voted for Trump. Do you regret your vote?
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Why is that?
Because Trump is the greatest man that ever walked the planet.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I would like to engage in a genuine conversation with you. I do this thing where I talk to dick suckers on a daily basis, and you can have your admiration for him for some reason, but it's kind of hard to work with people who just simp over the president. So can you articulate something better than him just being the greatest man to ever walk the earth, especially if you're a Christian? Are you a Christian?
What does that mean?
It's a question. Are you a Christian?
What is your definition of a Christian?
Do you follow the teachings of God and Jesus? Do you strive to be
Absolutely.
Christ-like?
Absolutely.
That is the definition of a Christian. So wouldn't you just have committed blasphemy by saying that Donald Trump was the greatest man to walk the earth, considering Jesus did as flesh and blood?
No.
No.
Hello?
Cool. So you think Donald Trump is as good, if not better, than Jesus?
I don't think he's better than anybody, but he's the greatest man to ever live.
Again, I just told you that Jesus, and you said you're a Christian, so you would believe in him in the second coming, came to this earth, was born as flesh and blood. He was a man, and he lived for 33 years. And in the Christian faith, he was the greatest man to walk the earth. And you just said, no, it was Donald Trump. That would be blasphemy against Jesus.
Hello?
Yeah.
But didn't Jesus say that we would go on to do greater acts than him?
I don't remember that particular verse. What was it?
I remember it. It's in there.
Sure you do. Let's see.
Yeah.
What an argument. Got you. Let's check out this verse. Let me see.
Yeah.
I think Jesus ordered. I think. Are you talking about the disciples? Hold on. I think I know what you're talking about. Let me look up this verse. Jesus ordered the disciples to do greater acts than him. Because I think I know what you're talking about, Let me see if I can find this verse. Oh, yeah, yes. Yes, in John 14:12, Jesus told the disciples, what is John? I'll just read it. I'll just read John 14:12. 12. I'll do the King James Version. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. Okay. So, context here. He was advocating for his disciples and individuals who believe in him to do what Jesus did and try to strive for more. He goes back into his Father, whilst humans would have been left on the earth to continue his work. This is in no way, shape, or form an implication that anyone can do more than him or would be greater than him. It would just be a standard, right? To strive for greater than I. That doesn't mean that Donald Trump, A, would be a Christian, which would be the prerequisite for doing greater works than Jesus there in his name. B, that he's done so in any way, shape, or form, because I would argue most of his actions have been contrary to the Christian principles that you allegedly believe.
Like what?
Like what? Like cheating on all three of his wives.
Well,
like saying that he has nothing to ask for forgiveness for.
I mean, he deserves forgiveness like everybody else.
He deserves what he asks for. And according to him, he can't think of anything. This was in 2016 where he said he couldn't think of nothing that he would need to ask for repentance for. He said he goes to church, he eats the bread, can't think of nothing. We can also talk about sexual assaults, which he was held civilly liable of.
All right. And then what?
And then what? Can we start with the first two that you're just wanting to... Do you want me to give you a full list, or are those first two not big enough?
I mean, it depends on how much you care.
How much I care about what?
About what another man does with a woman.
Cool. I'll answer that question for you. I care a lot. I care a whole lot about what another man does to a woman, right? I believe women are life. I would believe women bring life into this earth. So I believe we're supposed to treasure them. I believe it is women that run the world behind the scenes, despite the patriarchy, because they ran the household. They're leading in many businesses, so on and so forth. So I think to shit on women is to shit on God, because God made them to make life, right?
No.
No.
No, women are here to obey.
Okay.
But anyway.
Women are here to obey. Can you tell me what verse in the Bible says that?
It says it all over in the Bible.
Oh, yeah. It talks about women being submissive and I guess knowing their place, quote unquote. But the verse specifically I would reference in regards to marriage also asks the man to do the same. Isn't that crazy? Do you remember that verse? Do you remember that verse in the Bible that you guys conveniently leave out of the equation where it says, wives, submit yourselves to your husbands. Husbands, also submit yourselves to your wives, for both of you guys are of God, right? Do you forget that verse?
It's a partnership.
Oh, wow. It's okay, interesting. It's a partnership. So you just try to reduce them to a fucking footstool. Isn't that crazy?
No, but they're here to obey their husband. And that's it.
Okay, hey. So, fun fact. Fun fact. Yeah. It goes both ways. Even the Bible says that.
Have you ever satisfied a woman?
I would like to think that I have, according to the reports I've gotten back.
Have? How has a woman ever?
According to the reports that I've gotten back, I don't believe for a second that I just do it just because I believe so. I usually wait for their feedback, and I've gotten pretty good feedback. What the fuck does that have to do with this conversation? Right now?
No. I'm married.
Good for you. I feel sorry for her. Is your wife in the background?
She loves me. Huh?
Is your wife in the background?
No, she's at work.
Does she know that you come up on panels and tell people that she's your footstool?
Yeah, she loves it.
She loves being
your footstool.
She's from Nigeria. You know what? I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. There is a lot of women out here that's what they like. That's what they're all about. And guess what? Guys. The cool thing about being like a pro-choice liberal, it means you're pro whatever choice that they make for themselves, even if it's done off of right. If someone wants to be a man's boot, or something for a man's boot to step on, that's their business. If she's being taken care of, she's down for that. That's her business. I'm not here to knock that. I'm not at all. What I am here to say is that you don't get to push forward those views and those standards on other individuals, and you especially shouldn't apply it to your politics.
She's a good. She loves Trump.
I'm
Like I wouldn't even care
Yeah.
either way, honestly. But she loves him.
okay.
In America, in the world, the single mother household is 6%, but in the United States, it's 23%. And women got more rights than ever before in the United States, and they're more unhappy than ever before.
What is a single mother?
What?
What is a single mother?
A woman that's just raising a child by herself.
No.
Okay.
Single mother, as it would be defined in United States law, would simply be a woman who is not married. That wouldn't be an indicator of the man not being involved in the child's life. It would just be more so that he's not in the household.
All right. I mean, I don't know, dude. I just don't understand the hysteria.
The only one showing hysteria
isn't there
is
more
you.
bigger fish to fry than be mad
Don't
at
you have
Trump
bigger
that don't
fish to
even
fry
know-
than worrying about what women do? You're the one
I'm
who came
off
up
to
here
that.
and
I
just
ain't
made that
worried about what
pathetic ass
women
argument
do.
about women's rights.
My wife's good. She loves me. I
Okay,
don't care what
cool.
any
So
woman
you know
does.
there's
We-
women
we
who
laugh
exist
at
outside
y'all.
of your wife, right?
You've never.
Should you
Huh?
not vote to protect those women too?
No,
No. So you only care about your wife.
that's it.
Interesting. So you, a Trump supporter, only care about the women that choose to submit themselves wholeheartedly and completely to you. And every other woman who may challenge that is useless.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Useless.
I know.
Low down.
I know.
Beneath my boot.
I know.
Yeah.
So now
They need
you
to
can
stay in their
see.
place, but the
Now you can
problem
see
is- the
maybe
problem is
why
weak men like you.
women,
They don't like you.
specifically
They don't
black
like
women,
sensitive men.
look at people like you and say, "We
Yeah,
can
black
never
women are
align
fucking
ourselves with you.
terrible.
We can
American
never
black
ever
women are
support
fucking
anything
ass.
that you do.
They
You
smell
are
like
a piece of shit."
They got fake eyelashes. They got fake hair. They're loud. They're overweight.
And your wife fake moans, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Like, no one cares about your opinions. So, again, it makes perfect sense whatsoever as to why you voted for Donald Trump, because you don't give a shit about women. In a country where
not
women
at all.
are, if I'm not mistaken, they're very close to the population of men. Last I checked,
Bro, I
they're
fucked
very
over-
close
I
there.
fucked over
So
40
tell me
girls
why
in
you
my
do
life.
not care
A lot of
about life
black
givers
women.
unless they choose to submit
Women are
themselves to you.
fucking ass. That's why they're so unhappy, dude.
I'm sorry, I
You
know a
can't
lot of
simp to
happy
them and
women.
submit. You're not supposed to submit to the woman. The woman's supposed to submit to the man.
Oh,
The
so you're
stupidest
going
thing
against the
ever to
Bible?
do is to follow.
So you're
a
going
woman.
against the Bible?
No, I mean I don't give a
You're
damn what the Bible
literally going
says.
you don't give a damn what the Bible says. Okay. You said
Not
you're a
at
Christian.
all. I am a Christian.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So the basis for that would be believing what the Bible says and the word of God and Jesus.
Yeah, he also said pick up your sword.
Hey buddy, I don't think you understand what you're doing to yourself, so let me help you out because you're a moron. You can't quote the book that you said you don't give a fuck about
Says
in anything.
Says who?
Says
who?
Christianity.
Says who? So you speak for all Christians?
No, I speak from the book.
Right. Well, that doesn't make sense. You speak from the book, but you don't speak for all Christians. The book doesn't speak. The Christians do, right?
The book speaks on what Christianity looks like and what Christ's
Right.
followers are supposed to do, the values they're supposed to reflect. It speaks on the fruits of the Spirit in Galatians 5:20 through 23. And you quite literally challenge all of them.
I
Do
mean,
you even know what the
according to
fruits
you,
of the
but me
Spirit
and-
are?
me and
Do
God
you know
are
what the fruits of the
straight.
Spirit
Yeah,
are?
I'm straight.
Do you know what the
I'm
fruits of the
whole-
Spirit are?
The fruits of the Spirit enlighten.
Enlighten you.
God bless you.
That's what I thought. W's in the chat to RN for the Galaxy. I appreciate you. Oh, shit. Hold on. I may have missed some things here. Give me a
I
second.
just want to understand why are you always angry on the internet, dude?
I'm not angry.
You are.
Um,
Your frontal cortex is always pinched forward. Like your nervous system in the forehead is like always just like
What the fuck
you're
are you
proving
talking
somebody
about?
wrong. That you're just like you think you're so right and accurate.
Hey, shut
but
up. So I'm
you
going to do a
never
really Christian thing
satisfied
that
a
you're incapable
woman.
of doing. Guys, I just want to let you
Hey,
know,
bro.
because I said I was supposed to do it after the last guest, and then I completely forgot. So we're going to do this right now. 70% of everything that we raise today, whether it's through drop funds or whatever else, will be going towards an individual. Let me give it a second to pull up the information. If you're in the Discord, please feel free to check out the Helping Hectic section, and that's where all this information is. But one of my day one mods, she was here for me at the beginning of this platform in September of 2024. She hasn't been away. She's been away for a while because she recently had a baby. She did the Republican wet dream thing. She found a great man and decided to give him seed. because of this baby, she had to have a bunch of health complications. She hasn't been able to work, and they're in a bit of a bind when it comes to food and housing. So what we're trying to do is raise money for them so that she'll be able to take care of her 2 children, the new baby, and provide for their husband, who's already doing as much as he possibly can. She's been a pillar of this community. She's been a pillar of her fantastic community in states like Georgia, where she resides. An absolute fucking accomplice for Black people. And she did something that she never does, and she asked me for help. So we're going to help her. So 70% of everything that we raise today will be going towards her. Last I checked, again, if you're in the Discord community, that information is here. She put up a meal train link, and the meal train link raised 300 out of the 1,000. So my goal by the end of this live is to raise 700 more. Well, at minimum, I want to raise $700 to get this knocked out and help her be able to provide for her new family or existing family with a new addition. There we go. So anyone who would like to support that, please make sure that you think of the links in the bio. If you're over on the Tube side, you can send super chats, but then I can't get the super chats to her. You check the links in the description of this live. We will be funding for this family because that's what Jesus would want. Not that this guy cares. So those links that are going to be Cash App and Venmo, Hector Talks with 2 R's, or PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the Tube side, those links are in the bio. You can send me super chats and gifts and stuff. God bless you. But I can't get that to her. So I would prefer for her specifically, please check out the links in the bio. Back to this fucking degenerate. So you're not a Christian in any way, shape, or form. So I don't know why you tried to like weaponize Christianity. It makes sense because you compared Jesus to Trump. And I'm curious as to what other ways you're going to show how you're an utter piece of shit.
I mean, I don't know. I'm happy. I don't know. You're the one that.
Yeah, pieces of shit can be happy. I don't know why you brought that up as like a rebuttal to anything I said. I'm aware of that. I'm sure you're a very happy man.
Yeah, I work Monday through Friday, dude.
Yeah.
Taking up.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
How fucking crazy is that? Cool. While you continue to work, I'm gonna grift. W's in the chat to Erica. Thank you so much, Erica, for the $50 PayPal for the mutual aid. Big W's to Erica. Big W's to Erica. So I'm gonna go ahead and put up a counter. Well, I won't put it up on the screen, but I'll at least track it here. Where is my calculator? Trump supporters request up in the box to the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. This guy's like boring. If you're over on the Tube side, you may call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. So that's 50, and looks like we have some more. W's in the chat to Shauna for the $10 Venmo. Black men's labor is not free. I know that's right. W's in the chat to Shauna. W's in the chat to Shauna. And holy shit. Holy shit, guys! I need to see some very, 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 very big, very capital, a lump sum of W's in the chat to fucking Trisha for the $125 Venmo, 100 for our community member, 25 for you. Thank you. I'm already taking 70% is going towards her, but thank you for this, Trisha. Thank you so much. Big W's to Trisha. Big W's to Trisha. This is gonna help a fuck ton. So that's let's see. 185 of our 700 goal, at least 185 of our 700 goal, at least. If you'd like to support someone in need and be a good Christian, you may check out the links in the bio. Thank you so much, Trisha. Thank you guys all. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Sean. Thank you all for your kindness. I appreciate y'all. Okay, cool. Piece of shit person. Do you what do you do for people around you, Mr. Christian? What do you do? I'm curious.
What do you mean? What do I do for people? I
What
pay
do you
my
do for the
bills.
people around you,
I
Mr. Christian?
don't break the law. I do my thing. I make money.
You don't break the law.
Yeah.
Not the legal
like
ones, just the
people.
Christian ones.
Not
right?
like your people, right?
Just the Christian ones. You like breaking those?
I mean, you claim to be a Christian, but
Oh, I never said I was a Christian. Those words never came out of my mouth. You never heard me say
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
Christian.
You seem like a homosexual, to be honest with
seem
you.
like
You're
a
very
homosexual.
feminine.
You know, I've been getting that a lot. I've been getting
you're
that
a very
a fuck
feminine
ton. I don't know
man.
what it is about
Very
people
soft.
thinking that I'm gay. Are you bothered by gay people?
I am. I think it's disgusting. It's
You
an
think gay people are
abomination.
disgusting?
Absolutely.
You know what I think is disgusting?
ridiculous.
You know what I think is disgusting over gay people?
Your mama's
Because gay
pussy.
people are
Your
disgusting. You know what I think the
mama's
real
pussy,
disgust is? I think the real disgust
Your
is
hoe ass
when I
mama.
proceeded to mention the
Your
fact
hoe
that your
ass
president of the
mama.
United States was held civilly liable for sexual assault, and we didn't even talk about
Trump
the
will-
26
Trump will
other
flop them
allegations
on
put
your
up against
chin.
him. I also talked about the fact that he cheated on all 3 of his wives, violating
What
the
is your
sanctity of marriage,
obsession with
something
Donald
that you are
Trump,
supposed to
dude?
respect, especially as a Christian. And you said, what else?
What is
You
your
didn't give a fuck
obsession
about
with your
none
Donald
of
Trump?
that. You don't give a fuck
No,
about
because
women.
next week is that, next week is this, it's whatever, bro. I mean, he's got y'all on a
Years ago,
hysteria
it was
like a
that.
fucking beehive.
And then the civilly
Like a
liable
beehive.
was 2022,
He's got you wrapped around his
2023.
finger.
So there's that.
He's donking on y'all, bro, and y'all so stupid y'all fall for it.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't think I'm the one.
Just don't
showing
pay the man no
stupidity on the
attention.
platform.
If you pay somebody attention that doesn't even know you exist, you're a fucking idiot.
So you think I'm gay, right?
Literally. Yeah, I know
Okay.
you're gay. You're very feminine.
Hey, baby. How you doing?
You're a Peter Pecker.
What'd
You're
you say your
definitely a
name
Peter
was?
Pecker, bro.
What'd you say your name was?
You're definitely a Peter Pecker,
I
bro.
just want you to give me your name really
You
quickly.
look
I wanna
at
know what
dick
your name
swinging,
is.
I could tell, bro. I'm from New
Okay, I'm
Orleans.
gonna
a lot of
call
gay
you
black
Jack.
dudes.
I'm gonna call you Jack.
A
Jack,
lot of
something
gay
about your
black
voice.
niggas, bro.
Jack, there's
Trust
something
me.
about your voice
You
that just
scared of
gets
that
me.
dick, nigga.
It just
You
makes me
scared of that dick.
really, really tingly inside, Jack. I really like the sound of your voice.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
all that, bro. You
Keep
just like the
talking,
gay
baby.
dudes in New Orleans, bro. I'm
Keep
telling
talking,
you.
baby. I like that.
90% of y'all is gay.
I like that. Keep doing that.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, do that for
Say it
daddy,
louder.
bitch. Get
Say
in
it
line.
louder.
Good bitch. Good
Say it
bitch.
like, oh yes, good bitch. I love it when you call me a good bitch. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You is a homo, dog.
It's
You
really
definitely
nice.
you definitely got feminine.
Yes, I'm only for you,
tendencies.
but only for you. I'm only a homo for you, okay?
You could do that all
Okay,
you
daddy.
want. You could do that all
Okay,
you
daddy.
want. Yeah.
Tell me I'm a
That's how
dirty
I like
homo
it.
daddy.
That's how I like it.
Tell me I'm a dirty homo daddy.
You're fucking crazy, dude.
Oh,
Trump's
I'm
your
crazy
daddy,
for you.
bro.
That's right.
You love
Yes,
the
keep
white
going.
man. You love the
Keep
white
going.
man.
Keep
I think that's
talking
what it
to me,
is. You
baby.
secretly love white people, dude.
I'm not gonna lie, he was starting to enjoy that. The goal was to make him uncomfortable, okay? The goal was to make him uncomfortable. That's why I did it. And the second I realized, okay, he's enjoying this, I couldn't. I am never doing that again. I am never doing that again. Oh my God. Woo! he was getting into it, man. Fuckers ruined everything. He was getting into it, so I had to stop. W's in the chat to Jessica for the $10 cash app. Oopsies. For support for our community member. Thank you so much, Jessica. Thank you so much. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to you. Let me add that to the goal here. And W's in the chat to Colleen for the $25 cash app. Help Friend Fund. Thank you so much, Colleen. Thank you so much. Quick overview again for anyone who just joined last minute. This is for one of my day one mods of the platform. Her name is Ash. She fell in some hard times after she just had her baby recently. She hasn't been able to work, and she had to keep going back to the doctor for emergency surgeries and procedures. I know when he was born as a little boy, I do not remember his name, but off the top of my head, he was having some breathing complications as well, and that just jacked up the bill. So she wants to be able to provide for her family, but she does not have the means to, and her husband is already doing as much as he can, being a good Christian man. So I want to support her because every single time she's here and in this live, she protects me and she looks out for me. So we're going to do the same for her. Check out the links in the bio. Please feel free to donate if you want to support her mission. The goal is at least raising $700. That's what it looked like she needed on her meal train. That is posted again in the Discord, the Helping Hectic section. With that being said, looks like we have our next guest. Deadlight, did you vote for Trump?
No, but I would have. I'm 18, so I literally good enough.
Okay, you're 18 years old and you support Trump. Why?
Yeah, because he best aligns with my pro-life policies, or like views at least.
What does pro-life mean to you?
Yeah, you're against the majority of abortions.
Pro-life means you're against the majority of abortions. Okay. I feel like pro-life is a very broad term that you guys use selectively when it comes to fetuses, and I don't know why. I think a pro-life stance would actually be being pro-life, all life, protecting innocence. Being pro-life would also be pro-quality of life, which would mean making sure that they're fed, making sure that they're educated, housed, so on and so forth. But you guys seem to throw all of that out of the window so long as the fetus gets to this plane
Look,
of
that's
existence.
fine.
I don't
I'm just
see how
talking
that-
about the
how
abortion.
that
I'm just talking
helps
about the
anyone.
abortion part.
Okay, cool. But again, I just want you pro-life people to be more consistent with your views. If you're pro-life, then go all the way. Don't vote for the guy who cuts funding for those lives.
Yeah. So what's the contentions with what I said?
The contention with what I said is that you're not pro-life enough. You need to be more consistent with your position. You guys say you're pro-life, but it's only pro certain lives and pro
Right.
certain degrees of life.
Wait, I'm sorry. Where did I ever like say I wasn't?
Oh,
like,
I'm
you
saying
know,
you're not. I'm inserting that here.
Yeah.
And I'm
Okay.
gonna
Yeah.
prove
Yeah.
it.
Why? Yeah. Why think that?
Easy. Because you voted for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump doesn't care about the sanctity of certain
I.
lives.
I.
He's
Wait.
not
Wait. Hang on.
consistent.
I already
Or
said I
support,
didn't, and I couldn't.
support, correction, support.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. What were you gonna say?
I just said it.
What? Wait, no, you didn't at all.
I did. You support
All
Trump,
right. Then I didn't
who
hear
is
you.
not consistent with his pro-life stance in your definition, or even a broader one that I applied.
Well, I agree. Trump isn't consistent. I don't think he's like a perfect person. I think he's a terrible person, to be honest. But
Oh, so you
that doesn't
support
that doesn't
terrible
that doesn't
people.
negate. I think all politicians are terrible people, or at least like generally. So I don't like. Yeah.
Interesting. Can you name what state are you in?
Illinois.
Illinois. Do you know who your senators are?
No.
Oh. Do you know who your congressman is?
No.
Okay. You would think if you believe that.
I'm
all
sorry, is this
politicians
supposed
are
to be an
terrible, that
argument,
you're
or
supposed to start there?
Wait, I'm sorry. Is there supposed to be like an argument behind what you're saying?
Well, you said all politicians. You think all politicians are horrible people, and in this.
Well, I said all,
particular
and then I
scenario-
corrected myself to generally. but, yeah.
Generally. Oh, you did correct yourself. Okay, cool. Great. Wonderful. You still should probably know who your politicians are before you speak broadly on them.
Okay, look, let's just grant that to be true. I'm just curious as to how this negates the fact that you should have voted for Trump or something like that.
I'm not out here saying
Like, I
that
don't need
should
you
have
to,
voted for
like-
Trump.
Wait, you are saying that. You literally said defend the indefensible, right? Which is referencing Trump, right? And voting for him,
You didn't
right?
hear the words come out of my mouth. Let me say it again clearer. I'm not up here advocating for you to vote for Trump. I think Trump
Well,
supporters
yeah,
should
I
neglect
didn't-
their
wait,
vote, and
wait.
I think individuals who didn't vote for him, such as
Yeah, you
yourself,
probably
should
didn't hear
not
me, and that's
support
okay.
him.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
It's not.
That I literally said, how does this go to show that I shouldn't have voted for Trump? That's literally what I said. I said shouldn't. Like,
Got you.
yeah,
Didn't
you
say
probably
clear
did.
enough.
All right, that's cool. All right, so do you have any arguments as to why I should not vote for Trump and I should vote for
Simple.
like maybe some
Easy.
other candidate?
Because Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Because Donald Trump is not pro-life in any of the definitions that you could apply, or I could. Because Donald Trump quite literally challenges the fabric that this country was built on and is supposed to stand on by violating the Constitution and straight up calling for his removal.
Okay, Donald Trump is a piece of shit, right? We take those facts, right? How do we get to the conclusion we shouldn't vote for Trump?
Easy. 1 second.
Call from
Joseph.
to
Hey, Joseph, you guys have this bad habit of calling in when I have a guest up, so you can hang up the phone or you can hold for a second. It's up to you.
Oh, no, I can wait.
Cool. Alrighty, back to you. How is Donald Trump a piece of shit? Was that your last question?
No, I said, Grant, Donald Trump's a piece of shit. How do we get to the conclusion you shouldn't have voted for him?
Oh. You would think that would carry the conversation enough that you shouldn't vote for pieces of shit. But sure, if you want more specific versions of shit, I can give you the diarrhea, no problem. So Donald Trump is a pathological liar. You quite literally can't trust a single thing that comes out of his mouth, and he is now utilizing government websites to spread propaganda that can't be substantiated by his own intelligence agencies, leading American people, or at least 77 million of his base that voted for him, to believe in the things that they do is actively causing harm in several departments. We can talk about environmental regulations, we can talk about views on women, we can talk about wars and foreign affairs, we can talk about funding. Everyone out here saying the stuff that they say, defending the nonsense that they do, and you got a restriction. What do you get a restriction for? Harassment and bullying. Damn. He got a restriction. So there's that. Really quickly, I do have some more thank yous to read off. W's in the chat to Bugsby. Hi, Bugsby, for the $10 Cash App for Ash. Let me add this here. Thank you so much, Bugsby, for your support. W's to you. W's in the chat to... What did I miss? Thomas for the $5... I think you meant from, not for. Got you. Thank you for the $5 Cash App, regardless. That's going towards her. Thank you so much, Thomas. Thank you so much. Big W's to you. Big W's to you. Guys, thank you so much for your support. Anyone who would like to support the stream, there's going to be the links in the bio. Like I mentioned, 70% is being going towards the Ash family and helping them out of a bind that they are in. Links in the bio. Hector Talks with 2 R's on Cash App and PayPal. Venmo, PayPal, Hector Pow with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over the tube side, you can send a super chat or a super sticker. Guys, double tap the screen. If you're over on the tube side, make sure you hit the like button as well. Subscribe, turn on notification bells on your way in or on your way out. Let's keep these conversations going. What did you say your name was?
Oh, this is Joseph.
Joseph, got you. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
And do you regret your vote?
Or well, not in both elections. I didn't vote for him.
Did you vote for Donald Trump in the 2024 election?
Yeah.
That would be the more relevant one. Okay. And do you regret that vote?
Well, is a hot dog a sandwich? It's a simple question. You have a bad habit of this, but
I have a bad habit of what?
Oh, just your attitude, I guess.
My attitude? I have an attitude?
Like I said, it's kind of a simple question. Yes or no.
Yeah. I just feel like you could have simply answered my question yes or no, but instead you decided to ask if a hot dog was a sandwich.
Oh my goodness.
So, I mean, if you want attitude, we can get that. And asking me stupid questions such as a hot dog being a sandwich will definitely instigate an attitude out of my mouth. So we can now proceed forward with this attitude that you say that I have. Now I have it. Congratulations. So, anyways, you don't regret your vote for Trump. Would you like to elaborate on why?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. So you're just a troll. Not surprising. Trump supporters are really like bad trolls, and they have no actual arguments as to why they voted for him.
I'm definitely not a Trump supporter. Come on.
Oh, you're definitely not a Trump supporter.
Come on, bud.
So you're just a weirdo.
Bud, come on. Let's think critically here, bud.
Was it
the
voice I put on earlier for the last guy? Is that why you called in? Did that intrigue you?
Let's keep the questions to a minimum, bud.
Did that intrigue you? Is that why you called in? Did you just want to talk to me?
I was hoping somebody else was going to pick up, to be honest, but
you called my number hoping someone else was going to pick up.
Calling your mother, but I guess I had the wrong one.
Well, yeah.
No. But no, it's all good, bro.
Guys, we have a serious problem with white men in this country. Serious problem with white men in this country. They really like attention.
He was a
grower. Strange things to get it, unfortunately. And there was an example of it. I hope you find some peace. And by peace, I mean, I don't know, a balcony to do a backflip off of. For the athletic purposes, of course. For the athletic
You don't let me have any fun.
I don't know what you're talking about. Shaggy, Shawaggy, Shawoo, Swaggy.
Yo.
I don't know why he said that. I don't know why he said that. Swaggy, did you vote for Trump?
Hell no.
Okay.
Did I sound retarded?
Seriously, you just came to slur to run?
Have you guys been noticing that some of them just come up for nothing, almost as if they're trying to like threaten your platform?
Yeah, because they're pieces of bad words. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it cute today.
And
I keep it
King,
cute
the
every
second he
day.
got on the request, ran like he always does. This guy is always watching the live and then running from me. What a bitch. Anyway, Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, and we call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. I would like for someone to, oh, there he is. King, did you vote for Trump?
Hey, how's it going? Yes, I did vote for Trump.
Yeah, I
3-time
already
voter.
know the answer to this question. Never mind. Oh, yeah. Isn't it crazy that he literally waited, the caller waited just to do that? Like, that's dedication right there, ain't it? So weird. I promise y'all, there's better ways to get my attention. Links in bio. All right, King. We already know that you don't know what you're talking about, and you're quite literally
Okay.
a pathetic
Yeah,
debater.
yeah,
So I want to
you're
give you
the
an opportunity
all-knowing.
to try a new argument.
Yeah, so you're the all-knowing in the political world. We
No,
get
I'm not
it.
the
No
all-knowing
one,
in
no
the
one else
political
can
world.
have
I'm
their
just
own
very
opinion
familiar
and
with your
connect their
arguments.
own dots, because facts are facts, right? Everything that you see online are facts. The
Yeah,
videos
you're the
that
only
they
one
produce
saying
to
that.
you.
I don't remember those words.
No,
ever
I'm not
coming out of
saying
my
that.
mouth.
I'm just saying
You just
you
said
guys
that.
are
You
always
literally just said
asking
that
for
verbatim.
facts. No, all I'm saying is you guys are always asking for facts, but at the end of the day, how do you know
What?
what's
Oh
really
my
fact?
God. Guys, stop asking for factual information. What is wrong with you? Let me live in my delusion. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, how do you know that
God
information
bless
that
you.
you're getting is an actual fact?
I'm sorry, what?
How do you know that information that you're getting that you're proposing as a fact is actually really a
Cool. So the
fact?
information that I sort out and I use on this platform on a daily basis is vetted by several sources and can easily be proven. Otherwise, it doesn't come out of my mouth. And if it does, I will specifically cite that it's an allegation or unsubstantiated. But then try to stick on what I can substantiate, unlike you guys.
So you said several sources. Could you just maybe name a few sources I
Sure.
can write down so I can?
BBC, Associated Press, Reuters, Guardian, sometimes The Hill, every now and then CNN and Fox News.
BBC, Associated Press. Okay, so all these big time platforms. You ever like I don't know, are you watching like other countries' news networks, or are you just kind of getting it from these main news networks? You ever get into like the
Al
local
Jazeera,
stations?
BBC, several others.
Okay. Yeah. And so if all these news networks are giving out this information, you're kind of saying, okay, that is, that's as best factual as information.
I'm
as
saying
we can
anything
get.
that I cite from those sources specifically is going to be vetted and verified. Otherwise, those
And
words would never come
100%
out of my
fact.
mouth.
Everything 100% fact.
Everything
is what you're saying.
100% fact and verified. Yes.
Well, how can one news network give you a little bit of factual news worthy things going on, and then the other time you're like, it's not a fact. So these
Thank you so much,
sources-
Stephosaurus Rex, for the subscription. Big W's to Stephosaurus for becoming a super fan of the platform. Guys, if you would like to also support the stream in that fashion with a monthly subscription, you may do so. And checking the super fan thing there. How we're doing most super fans subscriptions right now is not even called super fan. It's through the Discord community. So Stephosaurus, if you're in the Discord community, please feel free to subscribe there as well. I'd actually prefer it than this one. And if you're not, you can join anyway. But the Discord is free. Let me be super duper clear. You don't have to be a Discord member or Discord subscriber to be in the community. You may join right now. The link's in the bio, and you choose to subscribe if you want to. But it's just a great place for community, news, resources, some movie nights when we get back to it, so on and so forth. Thank you so much for your support. Big W's to y'all. All right, back to your stupid shit, King.
Yeah, man. Do you think that these news networks that you're really into, that you call it yourself sources, do you think that they're so big and powerful for a reason, like organically, or do you think that
I don't
they
care
might have
about
an
power.
agenda as well?
My God.
Oh, you don't care
I
about power. You don't care about
factual
what the world
information. I
is
don't care where it
revolved
comes
around.
from.
You don't care about what the world is revolves around, which is power. You don't care about that, huh?
Power in a news network is irrelevant to me. I don't go to a news network because of the power that they have. I go because of the information they provide and what we can
Really?
learn
Well,
from it.
here's the thing: the news networks that you provided to me are pretty powerful news networks. What did
Powerful
you
in
say?
what fashion?
I mean, the BBC. You don't
Powerful
think
in
that's
what fashion?
just a lot of eyes are on it. A lot of people are on it.
Eyes
They
on
give
something means power? What kind of power are we talking about?
Well, hey,
Fans?
that's why I kind of asked you: is it organically powerful, or is it like, hey, they get propped up for a specific agenda that they're?
What do
trying
you
to
mean
push
by
onto the
organically
people?
powerful and being propped up? How are you defining
Propped up, hey.
AP's power?
I'm just saying, hey, in order to get like some sort of influence in the world, especially among a mass amounts of people, you're kind of propped up into being in that position because
I'm
they would
sorry, who
not
props
allow
up AP
you.
News?
Who props up AP News? I don't know. I would have to look into the details. That's why I wanted to write it down. AP News. That's where you get your news. So I could come back and I said, hey, your sources are actually, this is what's really going down at the end of the day. That's what I'm saying. Here with AI, artificial intelligence, you're going to see a video and you won't know if it's real or not. You're going to be asking yourself the question, hey, is this a real video or is this AI? I bet you do that right now.
What does any of this have to do with the news networks that I use for factual information?
Because that's what I'm saying.
Because you have yet to
you're saying
challenge.
factual.
You have yet
That's
to challenge any of the networks that I
That's
presented.
what I'm
You have
saying.
yet
You
to
can't
make an argument.
100%.
You have yet to make an argument that they are propaganda machines spreading falsehoods and narratives, and that's that by default. Since I use these sources, that's exactly what I would be doing. So I'm just confused as to why you're up here rambling.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, because you're asking for facts. You don't actually know if it's a real factual thing or not.
Oh,
That's all I'm
okay.
saying.
Got you. I have a question
That's
for
all
you.
I'm saying. So
I have a
quit
question for
quit
you.
asking for
Was
facts.
Donald Trump convicted of 34 counts of fraud in the state of New York?
That's what they tell us, so I'm going to believe it. Yeah.
Oh. That's what they tell us.
That's what they tell you.
That's what they tell us. We didn't have a whole court hearing. We don't know the judge. We don't know the jurors. We don't know the lawyers who argued against it. We don't know Donald Trump's pathetic attempt at appeals. We don't know the sentencing. All of that is just what people told us.
That's a fair point, Hector. So he's choosing to believe that the 34 count conviction for falsifying business records is real, but that's what he's choosing to believe. Yet Donald Trump does in fact take it as a fact that he was convicted of those 34 counts because he's appealing that conviction. He's appealing it. All right. So that means that he's contesting it, E. So it is, in fact, a fact.
I don't know.
Now, with that being said,
go ahead, keep going.
but King E, with that being said,
you can't
his
speak for
thing,
what I'm thinking. You can't speak for that.
King,
You're just
King
putting it
E,
out of
you
your
just said you're choosing to
own, you
believe
took it
it.
out of your own butt.
You just said you're choosing to believe it, sir. But Hector's prompt says Trump supporters regret your vote. That is the question. So do you regret your vote, King E?
No, absolutely not. I don't regret
Okay,
my
then
vote.
please
I support
do
it.
tell us why you do not regret your vote.
Well, I live in the reality, so I see what's going on. I see what people are always talking about, which is gas prices and war and this and that. Yeah, I think people have been complaining about that for the last 40 plus years. So
W's in the
I'm
chat to
thinking
Dean for the
maybe
$10
that
Venmo
Donald
for
Trump
Ash.
is
Thank you so
actually
much, Dean.
is
W's to
doing
you,
an
Dean.
actual
Thank
good
you so much.
job.
I appreciate you. And W's in the chat to Shauna.
So what he's doing
Big
is
W's
he's
in the chat,
breaking
guys.
down the system.
Big W's in the chat, guys, to Shauna for the $75 Venmo for Ash. Thank you so much, Shauna. Big W's to you. Big W's to you, guys. That puts us up at 320 of our at least 700 goal for Ash. Thank you guys so much for everything you've donated so far. Anyone who's just coming in, we are fundraising for one of my moderators who's been here since day one. She's fell into some hard times after she just had a baby and several health complications that's stopping her from being able to return to work. And she is a school teacher in this godforsaken state of Georgia. Probably couldn't get an abortion if she wanted to over there. Her husband's already doing the best that he can. And it's just not enough. So they're having a meal drive where they're trying to raise funds for them and their two daughters already. Two girls and a son. So we're trying to help them knock out the rest of the goal. We've raised about half so far. Anyone who'd like to support that, please hit up the links in the bio. Hector Talks with 2 R's on Cash App and PayPal. Venmo, PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the tube side, Super Chats and Super Stickers won't go towards that. TikTok gifts don't go towards that. Please hit up the links. That's going to be available on the YouTube side in the description of this stream. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, man, in order to be a good host, you would actually wait for me to finish my answer before
you think I care about
something.
being a good host talking to you?
No, just a good host in general, not just talking to me. But I see where your mind's at. So,
how many times have we done this, King?
Not many. I think a handful of times. I mean,
4.
I'm listening to what you say and spew out
4.
most of the time.
We've done this 4 times. You know how it always ends, King?
Yeah, I usually leave just because it's kind of
usually
like I can't really talk to you.
You know
You're
when
kinda
you
like
usually leave, King?
responses.
When do you usually leave, King? When do you leave?
When do I leave? I mean, just as soon as you just start getting into your program
Wrong.
responses.
You typically leave whenever you make a point that I ask you to substantiate with facts. And that actually makes sense why you came up here and cried about where I get my facts from and what I ascertain as fact, because you don't like things that I can prove. And then every single time I pin your ass to a corner and I ask you for a fact, you for some reason disappear, and then you find yourself in other lives doing the same shit with people who tolerate you. So no, I don't give a fuck about anything you have to say. In fact,
here's the
we
thing,
have another guest up here, Mick Candles. Mick.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, that guy left.
Loser.
Loser. Yeah, and oh, look at them. He left again. Look at that again.
So much fun.
Trump supporters request up in the box here, the demographic of people you'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on the screen, 737-295-5321. You guys know my thing. I don't do this whole repeat offender thing. I don't like talking to the same people over and over again. I don't use these fuckers for sport. It gets on my nerves. I do my best to avoid that. I like to speak to Trump supporters who actually attempt to substantiate why they don't regret their votes, not people who just want to go from live to live to be some type of TikTok debater. We're debating people's lives. We're debating women's rights. We're debating all these like consequential things. I'm sorry, I don't find fun in debating these things with people over and over. He was medium rare. Some people like that medium rare. I think you're gonna offend some folks. You're gonna offend some folks, Thomas. Anywho, Trump supporters request up in the box or call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Big W to the chat to Penny for the level ship. Thank you so much, Penny. I appreciate you. We want to talk to Trump supporters who actually can tell me what they have going on, what is going on in this administration that warrants their continued support. All the talking points that they had was, and I remember this vividly from January 2025, Donald Trump's going to release the Epstein files. And now he's quite literally violating the law by continuing to redact the names of the perpetrators and then freely putting out information on the people, the victims. Then you guys said he's going to lower the gas price. He's going to lower the gas prices. And now the gas prices are high. In many months of January 2025, the 2025 gas prices were the exact same or marginally different from the previous year under the Biden administration. And then you said, well, we vote for him because of immigration. He's going to fix the immigration system, and Donald Trump has done nothing to actually fix the immigration system. I want to say that again. He's done nothing to fix immigration. So what are we doing? What are we doing? An inflation rate, that was another big one. And then you guys will say, oh, well, inflation rate is still low, but then we can see the CPU go above it. So I find it super fascinating. Some dude, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I mean, I usually troll you, but like, let's talk about immigration right now, because that's just unequivocally false. Yeah, you're an asshole too. Join the club.
Yes,
you're on TikTok live as a fucking 40-year-old. So let's join the club here. Anyways,
What?
so you say
40?
that, yeah,
What?
you look 40.
40.
Anyways, so
Hold
you
on.
say that
Hold on, hold on,
immigration,
hold on,
Trump has.
hold up.
Are you that emotional?
You just said
You
I'm
got
a
offended
40.
that
I'm
I
a
called you
40-year-old
40
on a
because you look
TikTok
40?
live.
What?
You just said I'm a 40-year-old on a TikTok live, and that's embarrassing, whatever.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Why is it embarrassing?
Yeah.
Because
That
don't
would
you have
be
like a
me.
wife
I'm
and kids to
offended.
take care of?
No.
And you're 40?
No,
No.
I'm 40.
You assumed I'm 40. I mean,
Well, yeah,
look it.
'cause you look
The
40.
noggin took some hits. But I'm not 40.
Well, it's fine that,
Even
you
if
know,
I
you're
was, I'm
bald.
curious as to how that would be an L.
You don't look 40, Hector.
I don't care if I do. I
You
think
don't,
it's a
sorry,
compliment.
my
I
bad. You
strive
look
to be
very
right.
young, Hector. You look very cute and young. Very
buddy.
prosperous and young. Anyways.
I'm
So,
curious
like, this
as to if I was a 40-year-old on a TikTok live, why that would be a bad thing. I support independent contractors. I support people who own their businesses and utilize them versus working for a corporation. I support self-employment. Why don't you?
I do. The thing is, when
So
it comes
then
to
how
TikTok
would it be
Live
amazing?
versus self-employment, Usually self-employment actually contributes to society. What do you contribute to society while being on a TikTok live
Oh,
as a
interesting. So you keep
40-year-old
reducing
man?
it to TikTok for some reason. I'm actually on several different
Well,
platforms, and I
well,
own
let's talk.
several other
Let's just
businesses
reduce it
outside of
to
just talking to people
contributing
like
to
you.
society.
So
Let's just reduce it to contributing to
contributing
society.
to society.
What do
Got you,
you
got you. Now we're
contribute
trying
to
to reduce it because you
society?
don't have an argument for anything.
Because
No
that's
problem.
what jobs
So
are.
what am I
Jobs are contributing to society. What do
So in order,
Shut up.
wait,
contribute to
Erica, have we talked
society?
to this guy before? Is this the guy who asked me before, what are you contributing to society? And then when I said, how would you define contributing to society? He refused to answer that. Is this the same guy?
No, I answered that. Then you crashed out.
Possibly. I don't know. I don't remember these people.
Okay, let's. If
Of
this
course you
is,
remember
I
that.
have no
You
idea.
contribute
I have no
nothing to
idea if this is the
society.
same guy, but I
But again,
remember a
what do
guy
you
who asked me
contribute to
that. So
society?
maybe you've returned and you're actually willing to answer the question. So you keep asking me, what do I contribute to society if you're the other guy? And then I'm going to respond with, I have no problem answering that question for you.
Okay.
But I need to understand what you would define as contributing to society, right? Because I can answer from my
Benefiting individuals
I can-
within the United
Got you.
States.
So I can respond from my perspective, or I can respond to what you would determine as contributing. Okay, so that's why I need you to narrow it down. What was your answer?
Benefiting individuals in the United States.
Benefiting individuals in the United States. Okay,
And then your own perspective.
okay. So how would you define benefiting individuals? Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm trying
It's
to figure
pretty
out.
Yeah, how would
broad.
I define benefiting individuals?
United
It can
States.
come in a lot of different ways. You can base it down to assets or information or philosophy or any other, like you could say, broad topic. But if you really want to go into the minute details of
Well, we
what
don't have to get
actually
money. You just
benefits
gave me
in,
three. I got you. You just gave me three. Bam. That's all I
okay,
need.
so let's
That's all I
stick to
need.
philosophy.
So you said
How do you
assets,
benefit individuals on
philosophy,
philosophy?
and information, right? Okay, cool. So I literally go live on a damn near daily basis, and I provide my base on several platforms, information in regards to what's happening in this administration. So I guess I would be contributing to society that way.
But you're a
You
secondary
said
source. That's
assets.
not
I'm trying to
primary
figure
information.
out. I'm sorry. I would literally be a megaphone for those sources that we're talking about.
But you're a secondary
there's
source.
that.
You're not a primary source.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
so
now
like,
we're defining it as.
was Walter Cronkite a secondary source too?
Yes.
I mean, like, oh, okay, Tom Brokaw, like
man.
Barbara
Yes.
Walters, Hugh Downs, like Lester
I'm sorry,
Holt,
but
like
he's
Joy
not
Reid,
fucking Walter
Don
Cronkite.
Lemon. No, what they all are though is that they're
They're all
journalists
secondary
and
sources.
political. I need you to be quiet when other people are talking. Thank you. All
You know what
right.
a secondary
They
source
are, I
is?
need you to shut up. All right. So those are all people who are journalists and political commentators. All right. They report on the news. They discuss what's happening in current events, including politics. All right. So as a secondary source, if that's what you want to call it, all right, then that is what Hector is contributing to society. That is for the benefit because people learn from him. It's really that simple. Now,
you.
what is
Point
your point
proven.
of contention?
Sorry, he said
Well,
information.
my
And
point
I
of
just
con-
want to let you know when
There
you
we
said
go.
information, there was never a qualifier on whether you are a primary
That
or
part.
secondary source. Not to mention to
It's so
reduce
It's not.
being a secondary source to being some inconsequential factor in information being spread is absolutely ridiculous considering the large portion of people who get their news, it would be from social media and some of the big news networks, which would be secondary sources. And if the
Yep.
information was just posted on a website by the primary source, it is often echoed to a broader audience by the secondary sources. So we're just as important, I
Exactly.
would argue, as the primary sources. And
Okay,
to
okay.
deny
Can I
that
please
would be
interject?
ridiculous. Sure, you may
He
speak.
has to tell us what
Can
a
I-
secondary source is.
No. You guys know, you obviously know what secondary sources are, but would you say when it comes to a primary source going to a secondary source, right? The secondary source can manipulate the primary source's data to the wider populace.
Oh,
Like Fox
6,000%.
News.
That's
Does Fox
exactly how
News-
misinformation gets spread. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Fox News, CNN, exactly. So would you say that you're a proprietor of that?
Absolutely not. Would you like to give me an
No.
argument and contest
So you're
any
not a
point that I've
secondary
made
source.
that is a secondary source? No, hold on. A secondary source that manipulates primary sources in favorable ways
Fox
that
News,
may
CNN,
not, that may
CBS,
violate the
people like,
integrity and accuracy
Alex
of the primary
Jones,
source.
people like Nick
right?
Fuentes,
How
and
does
people
he
like
hear
you.
you if he keeps talking?
Hey, my guy. So
because I can listen to multiple conversations at once.
The question you just asked me, right, is if secondary sources, right, can put out false information from the primary source, right? That would be manipulation and incorrect interpretations, right?
Yes.
And then that would be, I would argue, a direct challenge to the value of that secondary source, right?
Yes, it would be.
Okay. Would you then like to tell me what information do I spread on a daily basis that would be a threat to the integrity of the primary sources that I reference, in which case I would then be a propaganda machine for said misinformation to all the followers and stuff that
I don't listen to you enough to understand that.
So now
but
I'm
you
confused.
admitted yourself that you're a secondary source.
I'm
but if I
very
were to
confused
listen to you,
now.
I
How does he
guarantee
say
you.
that
reality.
you actually? How does he say that you, like, as a secondary source, are like basically spreading misinformation, yet he can't tell you how you've done it?
Well, he
Because
didn't.
it's
To be fair, he
biased.
didn't
Do you not
necessarily
think the
say
host
that I
has
spread it, but
bias,
that's
Erica?
obviously
That's
what he was
fair.
alluding to. He was alluding.
Yeah.
Does no,
He
Erica,
alluded to
Erica,
it.
does the host have bias?
Everyone has bias.
Everyone has a bias, sir. That's a silly
Exactly.
question
Do
to
primary
ask.
sources have bias?
Do primary sources have bias? Yeah, it depends on
No,
what the
they do
primary
not.
source is. Actually, yeah, it is. Because
No,
when a
they do not. They
primary source, actually
report.
with a primary source,
I
all
just
right,
won this
is the
debate.
primary
There you
source
go.
is providing firsthand evidence or direct testimony. All
Yeah.
right, and even that could be clouded by bias. All right, so a primary source does in fact have a bias. All right,
So
what you would
if
have to look into, because Fox News can actually report on something, or CNN, because those are the two that you keep mentioning for some reason
secondary
or another.
sources, yes.
Excuse me one moment. Thank you. They can report on something, all right, and report on something that they actually see, like Brian Kilmeade's interview with Donald Trump this past Friday. All right, we all heard the interview. All right, Brian Kilmeade as the primary source, because he is the one who can directly report on it because he did the interview with Trump. All right, he can be biased in how he reports on it. He's still a primary source. Are you stupid, or you're just
I'm
dumb?
not
That's a
stupid.
good
I just
point,
want to
Erica. You can
rebuttal.
have the firsthand account and speak directly to something outside of
And still be
not being
biased.
in a place of analysis. But say if you do not report on, let's say, a whole nother half of the situation, like if you saw two people got in a fight, right? You could be the primary source that reports on the two people who got in the fight and what you saw. And then on one side, the second guy slapped the first guy in the face, and then the second guy then, I don't know, pushed him in front of a railway, right? So you have one side that says this guy pushed him in front of the railway. You're the primary source of that information, but then you're still biased
see where
because
you're
you did
going.
not provide the other account, which was that he was slapped first. That wouldn't necessarily justify being pushed into a railway, but the point still stands that
Then that's not a primary
reported the-
source.
That is, by definition, the primary source. You're the person who then reported on the account that you saw firsthand.
Well,
with
you
the
have to
evidence
report the
of
other
said
side
event.
to be on a
You
primary
have,
source.
oh, see, this is where you got it messed up. As a primary
It's not.
source,
Can I
you don't
please explain
have to do
myself?
anything. You do
Can I
understand that,
please
right?
explain myself? Because if you're a primary source, right, and you're not going on the other side, you're basically reporting one thing. You're missing a lot of your information. Therefore, your source is not primary. You're using your bias as a secondary source.
By definition, you would still be the primary source because you would be the
How
first-hand
so?
account.
No,
And
no, no.
you would
How
be
so?
putting out
You're the
information of
first-hand
event
account,
that
yes.
happened. And then the secondary sources, often from those primary sources and those first-hand accounts that are there,
Hector.
are the
God
ones who do the
damn,
due
this is
diligence and
annoying.
digging for the other side of the story that is not being told by another
Hector.
primary source. Yes, Erica.
Exactly. I'm sorry to interrupt, friend, but this dude has no point whatsoever. Every single time
I
he's proven
do.
wrong about something, all he does is he picks up the goalpost, he attaches the rockets, and he moves it to another planet. All right. He
Because
has no
you're
point.
not
He is
willing
wrong.
to
He's trying to
debate what I'm about to
invalidate
go
because
into. You know
there's
you're
nothing
about
that
to
you're going to
lose this
go into.
debate. That's why
You
you're running
literally
away
had the
from it.
opportunity to present your premise one, premise two, and then your argument with sources. You haven't done it yet because you don't have anything. With that being said, he's trying to illegitimize secondary sources, which means that he would basically take any type of reporting that truly he reads out of the equation, because where is he going at for these primary sources? And then to think that a primary source
Reuters.
can't be unbiased is
Yeah, that
absolutely
is crazy.
ridiculous.
Okay,
Absolutely ridiculous.
before I go on
Also,
anything,
Reuters
what is
wouldn't be considered
Reuters,
a
Erica?
primary source. Reuters actually would be considered a secondary source because they're reporting on the news that has been given to them. So there's that part. Unless one of their reporters was actually there on the scene and witnessed it themselves, they would not be able to provide a direct testimony or a direct report.
But what
So,
is
anywho,
Reuters?
that's why your argument is full of holes and it's flawed
That's not my
because you
question.
don't
What
know
is
what it is you're
Reuters?
talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. What is Reuters?
Cool.
I
one
just
second.
told you what it is.
Yeah.
What
one
is
second.
Reuters?
W's in the chat to Dwayne for the $20
Okay, ignore my
cash.
comment.
My guy, no
So
one's
to
ignoring.
go
Right? Literally,
into
hey,
the
hey,
idea-
cool. So I'm doing the portion of my show where I grift and I thank the people who donate to me. Just give me a
Sorry,
second.
my
W's
bad.
in the chat to Dwayne for the $20 cash app for Ashley. Thank you so much, Dwayne. Big W's to Dwayne, guys. Big W's to Dwayne. I appreciate your support. W's in the chat to Riola for the $5 PayPal for the family in need. Thank you so much, Riola. I appreciate your support as well. W's to you. And W's in the chat to Crystal for the $4 Venmo. Ask the guest if he would pass a breathalyzer test. Sure, I can do that in a second. W's in the chat to
I
you,
would
Crystal.
not.
W's in the chat to that tracks. W's in the chat to Bugsby for the $5.55 super chat on YouTube. Here, Hector, damn. At some dude, I guess talking to this dude, you have the appropriate name, a nobody who's contributing nothing to society. I don't know what he does, but if this is your contribution, then woof, you got some work to do. Big W's to the supporters, big W's to the
I saw
donors.
law
Friendly
books.
reminder that whatever you send to me, whether it's directly for Ashley, the family in need, or to me, I'm going to be giving 70% of it to her. We are fundraising for a family who needs, or at least on their meal train, and I'll put it up on the screen for you guys, so you know I'm not grifting.
I'll
Well, I am
donate to
grifting,
that.
but I'm grifting for a good cause. This is going to be her info, and yes, I did check with her, and she said it's okay to put this up. So let me. Here we go. YouTube, you can't see it. I'm so sorry. So here is it. If you'd like to donate directly to the meal train, that's fine as well. If you're in the Discord, that is available in the Helping Hectic section. You'll see her message. And this needs, I can't read it from that part, 700 more. So that's what we were trying to raise, at least 700. Let me be clear, sky's the limit, but at least 700 we're trying to raise to clear out her meal train goal here. If you'd like to support this family, you may do so with the links in my bio. Hector Talks with 2 R's and Cash App and Venmo. PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. Like I said, I can't do super chat, super stickers, or TikTok gifts and give it to her. So I'd love for you guys to use the links in the bio. 70% of that will be going towards this family. Thank you guys so much. All right, back to you, buddy. You said you had an argument or
buddy.
whatever.
Okay, pal. So when it comes to primary sources, right, when you're talking specifically about individuals on the ground who are trying to report the news, or you could just say data in this instance, if they're cutting out half the data and they're removing it just because they say they're a quote unquote primary source, whether they're Republican or Democrat, and they lean like, oh, I'm going to take only the right leaning data that supports my ideology or the left-leaning data that supports my ideology, that doesn't make them a primary source. That makes them a biased source.
How would that negate
So
the fact that they
in
would be a
sense, that
primary-
makes
You
them
can
a
be
secondary
you can be
source.
You can be a biased primary source.
No, you can't.
What is a primary source? I'm gonna need you to define a primary.
A primary source is basically, if I'm going to put this in layman's terms, is you see the incident and you report all of the incident, right? You don't remove anything from the incident, and you're actually there on the ground to report that incident, right?
nigga's
If you're
stupid.
But
removing
again,
that incident,
there's
Did you
removing.
hear
I
what he
could
put
go
in
into
there?
the
Yeah.
details if
Did
you
you
really
hear what
want
he
me to
put in there that
I
you
did.
don't remove anything? Because he's trying to claim that primary sources can't be biased,
That's
and that's
what a primary
absolutely not
source
true.
is.
That's
So,
not true. My
okay,
guy,
okay,
primary
Socrates,
sources
then
can be
enlighten me.
biased.
Enlighten me, Marcus Aurelius.
Hey, what are we doing here?
We're trying to
Information that
actually
you would
debate,
not-
and you
hold
keep
on.
crashing out.
Information that you would not report on would not negate you being the primary source. The primary source is simply the fact that you are there, you have the firsthand account. Any other reporting of the incident would then come from you, right? You would have the information, you would have the documents, so on and so forth. Leaving out information, whether intentionally and unintentionally, would not change you being the primary source inherently of said event.
So if it
So
is
primary
not,
source can still be biased.
Like, Hector, do you
But
have to
if it
pull
is
up
not direct-
definitions for this guy in order to understand exactly what it is that he's saying out of his mouth? Like,
I
do we have to
do.
go
I
over
have
what
all of
bias
them
is,
pulled
or
up.
do we need to go over
Oh,
what a primary source is?
He did say he
Because
has them
this
pulled
is
up. I would love
this
for him
is
to read
stuff
it.
that you should have learned all right,
I
in
did.
like middle school English class,
Yeah,
and like in
sure. Middle
ELA.
school.
No, seriously, ELA. That's all it is.
Okay. So let's go
I
over
can tell you didn't get
both.
an A on your research papers.
So let's go to both. So primary source in academic research, right, is a document, first-hand account, or other source that constitute direct evidence of an object of study. What is direct evidence? Direct evidence refers to information that directly proves a fact without needing interference. What is interference? Interference can be bias. Are we serious here?
Did he just read the definition himself?
I did. I
This
also
mother
read
effer.
direct evidence.
This mother
Again, can you
effer
repeat
just
to me,
read it himself.
Socrates?
He just
Please,
literally read
Plato.
it
Plato,
himself.
the most intelligent
Oh my
individual
gosh.
on earth.
That is so
Please
funny.
repeat to me what direct evidence is.
It's not my fault for you that you just proved yourself wrong. That you
Oh
just
yeah, what did I
read
prove wrong?
yourself. You read yourself into
So
a
does
corner.
direct
Stupid.
evidence mean that the evidence can be biased? Yes or no?
Does direct
evidence? Direct
Yes.
evidence. Can direct
Helen
evidence
Keller,
mean
can you hear
yes?
me?
Because it's left up for interpretation.
No, it's
That is why, and
information
it's
that
that
directly
person,
proves
and
a
that's
fact
is
without
that
needing
person's
interference.
perspective.
It's not perspective. If it is a fact without needing interference.
Hey.
Interference can relate to bias.
Cool.
Like, come on, guys.
So you, as a primary source, may have been at.
I'm not a primary source, my
I'm
guy.
giving a hypothetical.
Gotcha.
You, as a primary source, could have been at a Black Lives Matter protest in.
I have been at many.
Okay, and you at the event catch a video of a Molotov cocktail being thrown into a business. Okay, the individual that you saw was masked. And you don't know the identity, the race, or anything of that. But you, a primary source, you caught firsthand the video of this account and some of the circumstances around it. Okay, you as the primary source, you post BLM terror. Okay.
No, that is literal.
Let me finish. BLM terror.
That's interference.
Protest turns riot as BLM members burn down buildings. Okay. Now you are the primary source. You have the video evidence. You have the account of the things that you saw. Right. You are the primary source on that information being put out.
The video is, yes.
But you were biased in your reporting. Okay.
Yes. That's secondary.
How does that change the fact that you were the primary source of this information? How does that change the fact that a Molotov cocktail was thrown into a building and it was a BLM protest?
Good point. You made a really good point. But the thing is that the interference comes from the bias given to the description, right? It's saying, oh, these are terrorists doing this.
You're still a primary source.
Yeah, the primary source is the video.
So he's stupid. He's talking about the format in which the source is being presented, not what's included within the source. Oh my God. So what I did, Hector, is I went to one of the institutions. So we're looking at William and Mary. You can also look at Cal State Berkeley. You can look at also you can look up Emory University. But William and Mary College has a resource. And their resources is primary sources in history. It says that it is a guide to finding, using, and evaluating primary sources in the humanities with an emphasis on research and history. Just to give you a context. And one of the frequently asked questions is this. Please allow me to read. It says questions to ask yourself. All right. It says, in the case of history, this is just an example. I hope you can follow along. In the cases of history, our knowledge of history exists through interpretation. You are. When using primary sources, you confront two essential facts of studying history. One, the record of historical events reflects the personal, social, political, or economic points of view of the author/participants. That could be a witness. Any account of an event, no matter how impartially presented it appears to be, is essentially subjective. Subjective. Does
So that's
subjective mean with
interference.
bias? That means with bias. Okay.
Yep, that's
So when
interference. So
analyzing
that's
a
not a
primary
primary source.
source, when analyzing a primary source, ask yourself these questions. One of the questions it asks is, who was the author? Why did he write it? Was it intended to be objective or to persuade readers to a point of view? Can you detect a bias? Often people's attitudes towards the world influence the way they interpret events without meaning to. Even on the scene, judgments can be incorrect. If you are emotionally involved, this can distort your understanding of it. All right. So, what it is telling you is that it can, in fact, be a primary source. And yes, it can, in fact, be biased. It's on you as the person interpreting it to determine whether or not that the bias is present. It does not mean that it is not there. It's just on you to interpret it. And also, I shouldn't say interpret that the bias is present. I should say that it's on you as the reader, the listener, the viewer to determine whether or not you accept the information that is being given to you. That's it. Tis all. I don't understand how you come
Okay,
up here and say
great.
that our
I
primary
mean,
source
we
does not
can
have a
make this
bias.
very simple. Is
All
that
right, good
direct
grief.
evidence?
All right, gosh.
I mean, is it too hard for you to understand? Is that direct evidence?
If it is coming from the primary source, then how is it not direct evidence?
Because it has interference.
Primary
If it's biased,
sources
it
aren't
has
just summarized
interference.
as the
If it does
material
not
of
have
the
bias,
material
it
that the
does
primary
not
source
have
would provide. You know
interference.
that, right?
It's that simple, dude.
My
So
guy,
if
my
your
guy, you do know that a
source
primary
has
source,
interference,
you cannot
it's
reduce a
not
primary source just to the
primary
material
source.
or the
Exactly.
direct
In the
evidence
definition.
that they're putting out. You do understand that, right?
Also,
Especially
where
when we're
is he
talking about
even
I
getting
news
this
do,
networks.
but
information
you're
from?
conflating primary sources with the actual information, with the
What?
definition. Because
No,
in
we'd be talking
reality,
about two
if the
different things. Primary
primary
sources would
source
utilize the direct evidence that
has
you're talking
facts
about. But then we
with
cannot say that
interference,
only
it is
direct
not a
evidence is a
primary
quote unquote
source.
primary
If
source.
it has fact without needing interference, it is a primary source. If you
Where is he getting this from?
understand that primary sources with interference are not primary
Hector,
sources, you
shut up,
Primary
stupid.
sources
Hector,
with
where is he getting this
interference
from?
are
Did he
not
ever say what
primary
his
the
source
sources.
is?
definition,
My guy.
the literal definition. Can you guys not? What does interference mean? I know I'm frustrating you, but you're just too stupid to understand
No,
interference.
people
Yeah,
get
I'm just
tired
super
of dealing
yeah.
with stupidity. People get tired of dealing with the hubris of people like you. You're overly confident, all right, to the point of arrogance. You're condescending, and also
I
additionally, you're
am,
fucking
and I am,
stupid.
and I am.
Yeah,
But one
you
thing
are.
you
Yes,
can't
you are. You
answer
are, and
is
you
the
are. You're
direct
fucking stupid.
the
We know.
direct interference thing. You know
Like,
why?
why
Because
are
you're
you arguing
stupid.
to be wrong?
Because you're stupid. You can't
Because
even
you're arguing
understand
to be
direct
wrong.
interference. What is direct?
No one even said
What
anything
is
about
it?
direct interference. What you've been asking about here is
What
direct
is it?
evidence. And with direct
What is
evidence,
it?
it can be biased.
Cool.
It's simple as
Bueller, what
that.
is
I'm
it?
gonna answer
Helen
it.
Keller, what is direct
I'm gonna answer it.
interference?
A direct interference with something that would manipulate, let's say, the
And
direct
he keeps
evidence, which
saying
would
it.
then challenge what was being presented in the video,
Like
right? It would
bias.
add
He
something
keeps
else
saying
into the
interference
equation.
when the word
Like
is
Yes,
bias,
inference.
like political bias.
bias
Oh my
would
God,
fuel.
I'm
Hey, I got you.
Shut the fuck up.
Bias would
surprised. I'm
fuel.
right.
Bias would fuel the interference that you're referencing with, say, the direct evidence, right? So in the example that I gave you, we went over
There
the
you go.
story. We went over the story where the video that he would have uploaded was the direct evidence of the event. And then there would be his accounts as well, which would also, in that instance, be considered direct evidence, which the video would back up, right? Didn't change the fact that
Nope,
his headline and
that's
whatnot,
interference.
while it was
That's
speaking on
interfering
the
with
actual
bias.
circumstances of the protest, which was the fact that it was for BLM and it was at an event, and say there were black people there, wouldn't change the fact that his narrative was still skewing it, even though he had the direct evidence in said article, right? So the interference,
it's the interference that makes it
he didn't
biased.
interfere with the direct evidence.
He interfered
didn't
with
interfere
it
with the
his
direct
bias.
evidence.
Yes, he did. If
No,
he
he
was
didn't.
going to post something,
He posted the
in
video
description
exactly
that
how it
says
happened.
this
He
is
posted the
terrorism,
video
that
of
is
the
interference.
Molotov cocktail getting thrown into the building. He did not interfere with the direct evidence. The direct evidence is still there.
The word
Okay,
is
not
Direct
inference.
evidence is
He's
still
talking
there,
about
but it's not.
Hector. He's so stupid.
Hold up.
I need to
Are
say
we
this.
saying the
He is saying
description or the
interference
video
versus
is
inference.
hold on, because now I'm confused. Are we saying the video or the description is the primary source? Because if we're saying
my
both
gosh, we
are the
literally went
primary
over this
source
earlier.
versus just the
We
video,
literally went over
it's
this
completely
earlier.
different.
My guy, is there a difference between a primary source and direct evidence?
No.
He said earlier that there was. This motherfucker is stupid.
No, I'm not stupid. You just
Pedro
don't
wants to say
understand what the hell I'm
something.
saying before
You're so dumb. That's
I
why.
see Pedro
you
there.
keep muting me, interrupting me.
Because you're
Okay,
stupid.
can I please explain myself?
Sure,
I know
you
you
can
got other
after
people.
Pedro
I know
goes.
you
Erica,
you have
try not to
600
mute, try not
people
to
here. I know you got other people
Pedro,
here. Can I please
no,
explain
Pedro literally
myself?
wants to talk to you, I'm sure. Pedro, what's up?
What's up, Hector? Hello, Erica. Hello.
Hello,
First of
mi
all,
amor.
hello, amor. I wasn't gonna come up here until you started talking about primary and secondary. And as someone who just finished their graduate training,
Do you have a
also
degree?
shout out to you and Erica for engaging in hermeneutics, and he's still not landing. But first of all, I want to say this: primary sources are original documents, creative works, right? Relics and artifacts, things that are given from whatever variation at a point in time of history. Secondary sources assist in backing that up. So, for example, Hector gave you several different examples of social facts. So did Erica, and you refuted every single one of them.
Yes.
When it comes, well, you are incorrect. When it comes to
Explain.
when it comes to reflexivity and positionality, not only are you seeing the research as the person who's engaging with it, but you're also doing your own process of what's called a peer review. So, for example, when people go through,
Finally, we have someone smart.
they were already telling you and you refuted them. They were already telling
They
you.
didn't mention peer reviews.
They literally, Erica literally broke it down for you, describing a secondary source, and you told her no.
I literally.
No, sir. Erica literally broke it down for you, talking about secondary sources and what they're
People
meant
use
to
the word
do,
literally a lot,
and
are not
you
intelligent.
said
Same with the
no.
word like. If you use like, and literally
We're not here
like,
to
you're not
discuss a
intelligent.
metaphor. We're not here to do a metaphor and simile and focus on language or ebonics. We're not doing that. But when someone submits a
Not
research
in
project,
Ebonics, it's just
when
IQ.
someone submits a research project, whether it be for advanced training purposes, medical, historical, whatever the case may be,
Call from
there are
Hello, I'm
several
Chang.
scholars. There are several scholars in that selected field
You can hold.
that go through the peer review process, which is where does this come from? What's the framework being used? What other authors and scholars have contributed to this? What do I need to add, or what do I, as a scholar that has to be responsible in this space, what more can I assist this scholar with to bring the point either further home or to come back to, I need them to take this back to the drawing board. Similar to when people want a doctoral degree. Before they can even sign up for a dissertation defense, their committee raw dogs them into an intense review process. They examine their primary sources, they scrutinize their secondary sources, they make sure that they go, you think of it as an embellished dragon. You have this beautiful looking dragon, it has all the feathers, the whistles, and they literally
embellished dragon.
And they shave it to its skin. Because what they're focused on, and I'm sorry for any of us that have done advanced. I'm sorry for any of us that have done advanced training. I know it's triggering. It gives us PTSD. Just follow. It literally trims it down to his skin, which is what Hector and Erica were doing. And you were telling them that they were wrong. And yet you want to come up here and try to refute what you think primary and secondary is, but you're not even listening to the two people who are telling you. And now I'm telling you, as someone who went through the process. And mind you,
with Latin, not German words, I understand.
I would hope so, because Erica and Hector have advanced training and research methods. Why the fuck else would we be hosting these panels? And you're trying to tell them they're wrong? Make it make sense.
Money.
Money? Are you pocket watching? That's fucking weird.
It's called capitalism, you dumbass.
First, oh, that's not the insult you think it is. I really don't
I
give a
love how the inclusion of, I guess, us making money from this would then, I guess, challenge the integrity of the information that we provide and the services. I think that's super funny.
Shows you he would pay somebody for cheap labor, Hector.
Hey, Pedro, what's the difference between German and
Because he
Latin
couldn't even
words?
articulate that earlier, by the way. I just want to remind y'all that we went so far off from what he was trying to do initially. So far
we
from
have
that.
Pedro.
Now
I
here
can
we
still
are. He still
argue
has
it,
yet
but
to
I
tell
want
me how
Pedro
this
to
platform would be
answer this.
harmful
What is
or
the
a
difference
propaganda
between
machine for
German and Latin
misinformation.
words?
What do you
W's in
mean
the
between-
chat to Above Infinity for the $5
That's what I
super
thought,
chat.
Pedro.
Please, for the love of all things, holy please, ask Captain Tryhard here to stop trying to play intellectualist. Tell him to learn to wipe first. Damn,
So-
W's in the chat to you.
Damn.
My ass
W's
is
in the chat
clean,
to the
buddy.
one mighty
German-
pen
My
for
ass
the
is
$5.
cleaner than your fucking
Not y'all
plates.
not muting
I
him when I
find it
actually
funny
need y'all to
that-
mute him. That's crazy. W's in the
I
chat to
find
the
it
one
funny
mighty
that
pen
you-
for the $5 super chat. Former reporter here. A primary source is not all seeing. They have a limited view, their own perspective, which is literally a bias. Oh, ain't that crazy? W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Miss Donna for the $2 super chat. Being willfully obtuse equals some dude 100%. Yeah, there's that. W's in the chat to you, Miss Donna. W's in the chat to Above Infinity once again for the $2 super chat. What the galactic F am I hearing from him, Hector? I can't fucking tell you, bro. He's going to try to articulate it for the umpteenth time. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to all the super chatters. I do have some donos here to read off as well. W's in the chat to Melanie for the $5 Venmo. For the fundraisers, I write scientific papers all the time. My studies generate data and are primary sources, but my interpretation can be biased. I could be biased, but I am a witness to guests being a dingus, still a primary source. W's in the chat to you, Melanie. Thank you so much for your dono. W's in the chat to Lacey for the $1 PayPal. Ask guest, if two people have a convo and have different understandings of that convo, does that mean neither are a primary source? Ooh, ain't that something? That's a good question. That's a good question. W's in the chat to you, Lacey. W's in the chat to you. Really quickly, because I haven't really
He just said, Hector, he just said they're not.
I know he did.
Oh my God.
I haven't done a full PSA
We
in a
can
second.
go
I haven't done a
over
full PSA in a
again.
second. I haven't done a full PSA in a second. Give me a second. bro.
Direct-
Give me a second.
Can I do
Let
can
me
I
give
do
you a second.
evidence.
for you?
Oh, yes,
Direct
absolutely.
evidence.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Please just be quiet while Pedro does a mod. Thank you.
It's not every day I get to
Monologue.
show with one. Really quick, y'all, I want to give a shout out to the more than 600 people that are currently in the live. If this is your first time
God
here,
bless
the
you,
conversation
assholes.
taking place right up to the left of the corner. If it says follow, go ahead and click on that. It should convert to a join now. Let's go ahead and send over our daily TikTok coin. It tells the TikTok algorithm that we love what this content creator is doing. If you'd like to support Joey, Joey, God bless it. That's how used to this I am. If you'd like to support Hector directly, his links are located in his TikTok profile.
Support Pedro.
Let's make sure that we're also following Erica. Erica and Hector constantly co-host with each other, and they're always trying to do their best to educate the two brain cells that are left in some of these people that they have conversations with. You can also find Erica's links in her profile as well. And so let's make sure that we get the shares up to 100 and make sure that we get the taps to 250K. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Support-
Let me go ahead and add this real quick thing. I just want to let you guys know 70% of everything that we fundraise for today will be going towards the Ash family. The Ash family is Ashley is one of my day one moderators, and she fell into some hard times recently. She was out here living the Republican wet dream. I want to emphasize this. She was out here living the Republican wet dream. Find a man, have a baby. That's exactly what she did. He's fantastic. She
God
decided to
bless
have a
her.
kid. She had 2 prior. And then she had a significant amount of health complications. Despite that, she chose to have this baby or bring this baby into the world. And I'm pro-choice, which means I'm pro both choices, including her choice to keep this child and bring into the life. She had a lovely, healthy baby boy outside of some health complications initially. And now she needs help because she's unable to work and her husband's already busting his ass. So we want to help them get meals for their entire family. She's going to have a couple more weeks of leave from her job as a teacher. She's literally educating the future, and they're not paying her for it. So this is the time for us to step up. We talk a lot about community, and would greatly appreciate it if we can show her some love today, because that's exactly what she would be doing if she was here. So like I said, our goal is for 700. That's the rest, the remainder of what she needs on her meal train link. That's available in the helping hectic section of my Discord server. And I put it up on the screen
give her
earlier.
100
We're already
bucks.
about halfway. So anyone who would like to support that, you may do so with the links in the bio. Once again, if you want to send TikTok gifts, if you want to send super chats, that's fine. That goes towards me. I'm trying to make sure that we have this check to send to her. So please use the links in the bio to support. And please take care of my panelists as well. Pedro, Erica, they all have the links in their bio. While we're still trying to fundraise money for her, we still have amazing people doing amazing work on this platform. Alrighty, cool. Some dude. I want to give you I want to give you 60 seconds uninterrupted to tout whatever you want to tout.
I was about to donate some money, but when it comes to your hypothetical, right, it's a good hypothetical. But here's my issue with it when it comes to the difference between primary sources and secondary sources. Again, primary sources are a document, first-hand account, or other sources that constitute direct evidence of an object or study. What is direct evidence? Direct evidence refers to information that directly proves a fact without needing interference. So within your hypothetical, right, the video that you would show is direct evidence. The interference, though, comes from the description of the video saying that this is a terrorist, right? Like if we were to remove that description, that is a primary source. If we do not, it is a biased source. That is my issue with it. That is my issue with your entire argument, because I feel like we agree on a lot of things, but I know you're laughing. I know that you're just like, this guy's an idiot, but at the same time, bro, like, come on. You gotta at least give me that. Like, there is bias in that description in your hypothetical. I land my plane, and I probably crashed it because I'm in a liberal live.
Cool. So no one ever challenged the bias in the title that provided the direct evidence in the hypothetical I gave you of the video of what took place in this BLM protest. No one did that. In fact, we've been the ones doubling down on the fact that primary sources can be biased. Okay? Primary sources can report direct evidence and still have other skews to go alongside said direct evidence that would not negate the fact that they would be a primary source. Primary sources are not just direct evidence, because direct evidence in and of itself can't do anything. It's inanimate, right? The source is what puts it forward to other people to break down, to interfere with even the secondary sources. Does that make sense?
No, it does. I completely agree with your point there. Sorry, I'm spamming roses. I want to donate to that person. I donated 1,200 coins. That's enough.
God bless you.
That doesn't...
How do I actually donate money? Does that help? Because, like, I know TikTok takes, like, 50% of my money, and I actually want to donate. You're, like, so frustrated. I'm sorry.
Not that I actually
sorry.
believe for a second that you would donate, but I'll say it again just in case you and other individuals didn't get it. TikTok coins, and those of you on the YouTube side, thank you for your super chats, but even those are not going directly towards Ashley because I can't send that money directly to them. How I'm accounting for the money that is going for Ashley is going to be the links in the bio. So the $374 that we raised so far, that's going straight to her because that's what I have in my links that I can just send right over. I can't send TikTok coins. That's a weekly cash out. I can't send super chats because that's a monthly cash out. Cool, great, wonderful. Would you like to refute what I said? Well, I guess you wouldn't because you said you agreed. So I don't know what we're doing here.
You know what? I would like to refute what you said, but I just want you to understand this. You're a great human
Erica,
being.
someone reported you. Come back on the backup for a second.
What the fuck?
Erica didn't even do nothing.
I have to report Erica. Erica didn't do anything. But at the same time, bro, you're a great human being. We're all great people. You know what I mean? We might have some issues and disagreements, but we're all great people. And Pedro's a smart guy.
So goddamn confusing.
We are.
But I don't engage. Here's my thing, though. I commend people like Hector and Erica, Joey, anybody else whose lives that you've been in. I can't do this, though, because
I know.
For you to come up here and say what you said and literally be given not only primary and secondary evidence, but you're being given empirical data that you can go and look up and it shows what they're talking about.
And this is why you'll never succeed. Because you cannot realize that you can cook, and when you cannot cook, you got to get out of the kitchen, bro. You got to learn how to cook.
What are we talking about? Because right now,
I'll land my plane right there. I have nothing else
like you
to
burned
say.
the
You know
chicken.
exactly what I said, Pedro.
But you
Use
like
your
you
airs.
burned-
Escuchen.
Oh my God.
Goodbye.
You sound like you
brother.
burned your kitchen. Joey.
I don't even. Hold on. Paul, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Got you. Cool. Totally forgot you were on the line, but the person I was speaking to just dropped. You have a tendency to, or Trump supporters seem to have this tendency to call in when I have someone on the line, in which case I have to finish up with that person before I move on to the new person. I hope you understand. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. And do you regret your vote?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Why is that?
He's a beautiful man.
Oh my God.
Okay. So I don't vote for people based off their looks. I more so vote for them based off what they can do for the country.
Oh, I do, sir.
You vote for people based off their looks.
Yes.
Okay. What am I supposed to do with that?
Where is he from?
I am Taiwan.
So you don't live in the States?
Oh, hell no.
No.
Oh.
Okay, you don't go here. So you didn't vote for Trump. The fudge?
Damn. What the fuck?
Hi, Joey.
Oh, hi.
Good afternoon, everybody.
This section of the live that starts to get really weird.
Hey, Joey.
Hi, Erica. Hi, Pedro. Hi, Trump.
Hello, Erica.
Alrighty. Well, Pedro, you had anything else for the people before I drop you down?
No, I just literally came up for that. But yeah, I was about to say I'm cleaning my house, but thank you for having me up, Hector. I'll catch you later.
Guys, if you're not following Pedro, make sure
Love
you
you,
do
Pedro.
so. He has fantastic lives. One scheduled specifically for the 18th. Would you like to take a moment to talk about that before I introduce the next guest?
Sure, Hector. So next Wednesday, we're talking about Latino machismo. And then, Hector, I hope you come to my Men's Mental Health Monday, March 23rd at 4:30. So, yeah. And I'm a sociology major, y'all. So I'll see y'all later. Don't forget, double tap the screen, reshare, y'all.
Thank you so much, Pedro. W, Pedro. Hold on.
Call from.
Hi, my name is Daniel from the United Kingdom.
To accept, press 1.
Literally opened up with saying he's from the United Kingdom. Hey guys, if you don't go here, I can't talk to you or won't talk to you because you have no impact on what we're talking about. Trump supporter world.
Yep,
What's your name, man?
I'm Cordero.
Cordero. Thank you for that. I just want to let you know, no matter what they tell you, Cordero, you can have a personality outside of Trump. Did you vote for him? Thank you, Matt.
You know, I just feel like we needed to take back America from the people who stole it. So, I mean, we officially took back America. You know.
So take it back from the colonizers?
Well, we're not on stolen land. We gave them.
We are on stolen land.
Erica, did your grandparents fight for this country?
Did my grandparents fight for this country?
Yeah, Erica.
Absolutely not. And
that
kudos
proves
to
my point.
them.
That proves my
So,
point. That proves my
with that being said, all right, if you make a deal with someone and then you don't uphold your deal, all right, your end of the deal, okay, did you actually earn what it is that you received or did you steal it?
Well, all countries have stole stuff before. You know, that's just how life
No,
goes.
I'm sorry. I did ask you a question. Did you earn what it is that you received,
yes.
or did you steal it? If you didn't uphold your end of the bargain,
Really quickly, Erica. W's to Pickles. Thank you so much, Pickles, for joining the Discord server and becoming a subscriber. Thank you so much, Pickles. W's to you. W's to you. This isn't that Pickles. This is a Flojo Pickles. Big W's to you. Everything that you guys do in that fashion, whether you subscribe here as a super fan or to the Discord community, is super duper helpful for everything that we do here. Big W's to you. Guys, friendly reminder that if you want to join the Discord community, it is free and you can choose to subscribe there if you want to, but that doesn't give you any more access to the pivotal parts of the server. You may check the link in the bio to join directly. We are over 600 members strong. Follow all the prompts and you'll have access. And yeah, hit that follow button too. Thank you. Do that. Send your daily heart meets if you haven't already. Please make sure we take care of Erica because I haven't seen any thank yous come from her, and her links are available in the bio. And of course, we are fundraising for Ash. Back to you, buddy. Answer a question.
Hector, you made all this money in one live 374 in one live. I mean, that's just insane. You
Are
might
you
have to look at your
following?
tax returns. You
Are
might
you?
have to look at your
Are you? What do you mean have to look at my tax returns? Who doesn't have to look at their tax returns? What are you talking about?
No, because
Hey, do you want to focus on you want to focus on your
Dean was
Trump about
talking
your
about.
ancestors in this country? I really could care less about what you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
about the money I
Dean
make on
was.
this stream, as I'm literally fundraising for someone in need. Focus on the conversation.
I'm
We're not
in
going to talk
need.
about my pockets.
I'm
Guys
in
can care
need.
less
I
what you think
can't. I
about it.
can't pay for my. I can't pay for my medicine.
That's unfortunate. You probably shouldn't have voted for the guy who made it more difficult. Oopsies. Go ahead, Erica.
Well, Dean was just talking about you.
I just want to say that, guys, take care of Ash. The links are in Hector's bio. Take care of Ash.
You
Just
should
take
get a
care of
job.
Ash.
People should get a job, not take advantage of people online.
Who exactly are you talking to?
I'm talking to you, Erica.
You're talking to me?
Tired of talking
Why are
to
you
these
talking to
kids.
me?
We're the grown men.
Well, no. Well, are you on food
There are no adults.
EBTs like your people are on?
Oh, he wants to try to do the racism. That's cute.
I
Hey,
know you're
Jake,
not
are you a
cute.
Trump supporter?
I know you're not cute, obviously. You look fucking ugly as hell.
Yeah, sure. You got it, buddy. I hear you.
Jake, are you a Trump supporter?
Uh-huh.
Fucking bitch.
Okay.
Is Hector your little gay boyfriend?
That would
Is
really
it the
be
purple?
like oxymoron.
Is it the
Hector.
purple? Is
I
this
think
why
the
you guys
purple
keep
ma-
saying I'm gay? Can niggas not wear purple? What the fuck is happening
You should
right
also
now,
get
bro?
the pink shirt, Hector.
I'm really finna get all. I'm gonna get. You should do a yellow too,
Hector,
Erica.
does Erica
I'm
give
gonna
you
do the
head?
pink.
Does
I'm gonna do
Erica
the
give you
purple.
head?
I'm gonna do the
Erica
yellow.
give
What's
you
another
head?
quote
Does
unquote
Erica
feminine
give you
color?
head?
I'm gonna wear.
Does
You know
Erica
what
give
I'm gonna
you
do?
head?
Oh no.
Does
I'm gonna fuck
Erica
with y'all.
give you head?
I'm gonna
Does
fuck with
Erica
y'all
give
I'm
you
not a
real
mod
good.
on
From
this
this
account.
point
Erica give
on,
you head?
from this
Does
point
Erica-
on,
Hey, chill out,
I'm
bro.
only for the next
Does
week.
Erica suck your dick?
As
That's just
yeah,
disgusting.
just get out. I don't care. So from this point on, the next week we're gonna do starting today, Saturday. So from Saturday to next Saturday, I'm only wearing quote unquote feminine colors because apparently it triggers the fuck out of you guys. From this point on, I'm just gonna give y'all what you want. I don't know why Trump supporters are so worried about my sexuality, which is straight, by the way. If you're not trying to fuck me, DJ, did you vote for Trump?
Heck no.
Cool beans, buddy.
What's
No
up, bro?
way.
Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you may call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. I want to know why you as a Trump supporter regret your vote, because we know a lot of you are out there, and I know you're watching right now. This is a safe space for you to relay your opinions. Absolutely is. If you regret your vote, there's something you saw that you didn't like, this is the platform for you to say it. And if you're a Trump supporter who does not regret their vote, if you're a Trump supporter who stands on everything that he allegedly told you about and ran off of and is not doing right now, you're more than welcome to request up in the box or call in on screen. I can give you several reasons as to why you should. You should be good to come back on your main now, Erica.
I don't want to risk it.
Okay.
This is the second time that's happened to me today, so I don't want to. I don't want to risk it. Yeah.
Big W's in the chat. Big W's in the chat to Phil for the $50 Venmo supplies. That's all he said, supplies. Thank you so much, Phil, for your donation. Big W's to you. Ash thanks you. I'm trying to get a hold of her. I think she's busy right now. See if I can get her to pop up in the live. I'm sure she has some thank you she wants to give to you guys. Big W's to you, Phil. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. And W's in the chat to Maya for the $10 PayPal. For Ashley, thank you for supporting her and doing all of this wonderful work. It's the least I can do. A lot of you guys don't know Ashley because some of you are new to the platform, but let me be clear. That is like my day one. Like literally she was one of my first mods way back in 2024. And she's never asked for anything. And I know the fact that she is means she absolutely needs this help. So that's what we're here to do. That puts us up to math 464. 464 of the goal. Once again, if you would like to support her, well, in general, like I said, everything you donate is a portion is going to her. 70% of what you donate is going towards her. If you'd like to help that goal, you may use the links in the bio, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Hector Talks with 2 R's or Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's.
God bless
Those
you.
will be on the tube side, super chat or super sticker, but once again, that's not going to her. That will be just for me. That's a monthly checkout. So please utilize the links in the description if you'd like to support Ashley specifically. Did I miss anything over here? No, I didn't. Okay, we're good. And we're just waiting on the Trump supporters. Waiting on the Trump supporters. What's up?
Why do you get so many I would understand why they question me, right? Based off all the bullshit that I do. I think they just want to touch you, bro. I think they really just want to touch you. They're trying to find out if they got a chance.
Bro, there's the people who keep putting it on me. There's the folks who literally call in and they'll do like the gay trolls. And I'm just like, what is the purpose of being a closeted Trump supporter? Like, seriously, real question. What is the purpose of being a closeted Trump supporter? Just leave them, bro. Just leave them. Like, what? Oh, like this guy. I'm proving their point. You can come up here and tell me how I am. This is the point of the stream where we no longer allow chirpers in the comments. You can request up in the box so you can defend your position. That's all. That's all. W's. Thank you so much, Tawana, for the money gun. I appreciate you. Big W's to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So I want to say it's 550 people here, and we have, what is this number? $236 left to go. I think if everyone sent $1, all right, we could just reach this goal. We would exceed the goal. All right, the links are in Hector's bio. He has a PayPal, he has a Venmo, and he has the C app. All right, I think we all could do really all of the good things and clear out this goal for Ash and her family to help her baby that just got here. And there's, again, some medical bills that's piling up. And we want to just be able to help them during this time to make life a little bit easier. So let's do all of the good things, guys. Let's give it a try and see what we can do. I know the power of community, so let's show the hectics. All right, hectics, show how powerful this community is.
Thank you so much, Dr. Overett. 6,000%. And
I'm having a Vyvanse crash, by the way.
Hmm?
You're having a what?
I never told you about the Vyvanse crash.
Oh. Kiki, let me be clear, because I figured that was coming. Every single time we host these streams, whether it's for myself and this platform or anyone else, any call that we make is always going to be for the people who can, okay? Under Trump's economy, things are harder. Did you say your name was Vincent? Intentions.
Yeah, it was good.
Cool, intentions. What's
Yeah,
your
Mike's
intention
kinda
of
hard,
calling
though.
in?
Well, you said Trump supporter, so I mess with Trump. I think he's not that bad of a person.
Okay, interesting. Do you regret your vote?
Say it again?
Do you regret your vote?
No.
Are you a black man?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. I just heard it in your voice. You know, you got a way about you.
Oh wow.
Cool.
Sorry, I need to talk a little bit more preppy for you.
I don't know why you apologize. I didn't say it as a knock. Sounds like you have some inherent anti-blackness there. You probably should go work on that. Anyways, why don't you regret your
Why did
vote?
you bring it up? That's the point. Why do I regret my
Because I'm a black dude. I like to know if I'm talking to other black dudes.
No, the point which you brought up of asking me was I black was irrelevant. But to answer your question, I do not.
No, it
regret
wasn't
my-
relevant. I'm just curious.
Well, no, because I felt like it was a little slight, but it's cool. I'm not mad.
How is it a slight?
But because asking me whether if I'm black or not doesn't make a difference whether I voted for the person or who I like.
No, it doesn't. Again, you're making it out to be, I asked the question to tell if there's a difference versus I just heard the melanin in your voice and I was curious.
No, that's cute. But like I was saying, I do not regret my vote because on an overall scale, looking at all the things that have been happening since the last 8 years, going into maybe I want to say 16. Yeah, a person like that, I wish it was a so-called black man that would have had our better interests for things that we need in America. But it has been to be this so-called white tea guy, so I don't mind the things that he's doing. Outside of the things that we can be classified.
Okay, I just want to pour it out. We're going down the racial route now because you said you wish it was a black guy who did it, which I have no problem engaging with you. But then you'd completely negating the fact that it was a black woman. Like, are we gonna leave that out of the equation that there was a black woman on the table?
Well, no, I mean, I love my Indians, but that wasn't a black woman. That was a Philly woman.
You're one of those.
I deal with my West Indians. I'm from Barbados. So, yeah, she wasn't consistently all the way through and through as African American. So we call them coolies in Barbados or Jamaica
Hold,
or
please.
Trinidad.
Erica, you there?
Yes.
I would love to, it's up to you. It's absolutely up to you if you
Okay.
do this. But
Oh, that's up to you.
I want to kind of knock down this fruit bowl that I've been fighting with for a bit. And I'm
Understandable.
actually tired of talking about Kamala Harris's race. I will talk about anything else. Would you like to educate this individual for a moment? If not, I understand.
I will because you did ask politely.
Thank you so much, Erica.
Okie dokie. All
Mm.
right. Hi caller. All right. So one first things first is we don't use anything that could be deemed or misconstrued as a slur, as an ethnic slur. So I'm gonna need you not to refrain from using that word that you did use. I'm pretty sure you know what it is. You can say Indian. Okay. Now, with that being said, sir, you saying that Kamala Harris isn't black. Do you happen to know what race is? Like, how do we categorize race?
I, I'll take the educational class if you're willing to teach. Go ahead.
I'm just asking you, do you know what it is? I don't want to advise you
I
or tell you something that you already know.
I rather use your definition instead of because like I like to use the phrase a well organized lie defeats a disorganized truth. Doesn't mean that the
Uh-huh.
lie is truthful. It just means whatever you say and you feel that's the phrase of definition. I'm willing to give it. I don't mind. So go ahead if you want to teach. That's what I think. What you're supposed to edify me now, right? So I don't mind.
Oh yeah, Hector was wrong about the education part of all of this. It's not necessarily for you because you and I are supposed to be engaging in a conversation. It was more so about the audience that's listening, the over 600 people that are listening
Right.
between TikTok and the tube. So you and I are having a conversation. So I'm going to ask you once again, and you can answer yes or no, or you can say I don't know. All right. Do you know what race
To,
is?
I, to be fair, I don't know. I'll play ignorant right now and say I do not know. Can you teach
No,
me? Go ahead.
playing ignorant. Okay, playing ignorant means that you do know. You just don't want to say what it is.
No,
Quick
what
shout
I'm
out to
saying to you
me.
is this:
Quick shout out to
you're
me. We just hit 3,000 subscribers on the YouTube. Quick shout out to me. Let's get
Hey,
it.
let's
Let's get it.
go.
Let's get
Let's
it. Thank you guys so
go.
much. All right, go ahead.
Drop those W's in the chat for Hector. Drop those W's in the chat for Hector. That's friggin' awesome. All right.
I,
So
good.
anywho, because you play ignorant was it was funny. Um anywho, race is based off of your phenotypical makeup. All right. Race was created to actually justify the enslavement of African bodies in the Americas to the Catholic Church. All right. And they based it again, I'm going to say it again, off of your phenotypical makeup. So, how people present to the world.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
I mean, by your definition and what you're conveying, I can understand what you're getting at. Yes.
Okay. So, great. All right. So, when we see Kamala Harris, all right,
Right.
because her mother is Indian and her father is Afro Jamaican, which means that he's a black Jamaican. He's black. Black. Do you hear that? Black. All right. So her father presents to the world as a black man. Kamala Harris, with her phenotypical makeup, presents to the world as a black woman. She's
mm,
always been black. She's always identified as black, even going as far to state that as a child, her mother made sure that they grew up in a neighborhood that was
in Canada.
predominantly black because her mother knew that she was raising two little black girls.
In Canada.
That was in Oakland, California, darling.
Right.
She didn't move to Canada until she was in high school.
Okay.
And that was because of her mother's job. And then where did she go to school? After high school, where did she go to college?
She went to Howard, if I'm not mistaken.
What is Howard?
A black school.
It's a black school, yes. It's one of the most prestigious, historically black university and colleges colleges and university in the United States of America. Ain't that something?
No,
What
not
what
really.
sorority did she pledge?
AKA, if I'm not mistaken, Ski Lee.
Okay, yes, the first one, the first black sorority. The first black
Mm,
sorority is the one that she pledged. HU. Even though I would say that Hampton is, the original HU, but that's another story. We don't have to get into that. With that being said, Kamala Harris is Black. Now, could you please tell the class, since we're educating today, and I like for you to educate us, all right, is why do you not regret your vote for Donald Trump? Please do your very best to keep Kamala Harris, Joseph Biden, Barack Obama, Hillary, and Bill Clinton names out of your mouth. Do your very best. Now, go. Floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Once again, I appreciate Donald Trump for the tax purposes that he was trying to cut, for the things that even passing out uh, certain bills, which will be like H1, I think is H1, House Resolution 1258, which was allowing black children to be taught at school, or taught at home through their own parents, which was like a $50,000 program. This was, I think, implemented in 2018, if not 19. I like the fact that he was willing to ask black representatives and leaders to come in and ask
HR 1258 is improving contractor cybersecurity.
Huh?
HR 1258 is the Improving Contractor Cybersecurity Act.
So then, pardon me. It might be HR. It may be 1258 or 53. I know it's HR 1250, either 3 or 8. So I might have had the number wrong. But it was a program. I forget the exact guy. It was a black man who asked Trump to pass the bill, which was like, if I'm not mistaken, 2018 or if not 19. And
so you're talking about his first term.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but if you're talking about specifically the second term, for me at least, I'd rather him been in the office where somebody was tanking the economy, giving away money consistently to other countries to fight something
He
that had nothing to do with
can't
others.
control himself. So HR 12, what is this you said it is? HR 1253 from 20. Well, HR 1253 from 2018, all right, was the Family First Prevention Services Act of 2018. All right, it was a part of the Bipartisan Budget Act of 2018, and yeah, you might want to.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's not a big deal. And I forget which bill
you
it
said
was.
you
But
liked
it was
it.
up to $50,000 that he allowed people of black descent to allow to teach their personal history. At home
What?
because of the, yes, it was
$50,000 for what?
$50,000 to do at-home teaching of black history. You can teach your own black history. There was a black man that passed the bill. I forget his name at this present moment. I wish I can get that bill right now.
Listen. I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm claiming straight up fucking ignorance on this. I have no idea if it's true. I have no idea if it isn't. I'm looking for this.
Take your time. Take your time. I wouldn't waste your time just to say it, just to sound cool. Because once again, I learned this because of some of the black college teachers that was complaining about not getting their money, and then he made it the mandatory $100,000. Now I heard.
Got you. Can you? So in this live, we're also fundraising for a family in need. I have some thank yous to read off. Give me a second. W's in the chat to Ragdoll for the $20 PayPal. Keep doing all the good things. You goddamn right. Friendly reminder that if you like this shirt that I'm wearing sorry, I'm so sore from the gym. If you like this shirt I'm wearing right here, go do all the good things. Check out ericaeffect.com. That link's available in her bio, Erica's bio right here. I'll have a mod put it over on the YouTube chat, and you can get this shirt in several other colors and variations as well, including the bra hat. Please support black businesses, especially during Women's History Month. You can get that on there. Big W's to you. Thank you so much, Ragdolls, for your $20. W's in the chat to Jay for the $10 Venmo. Tell this angry white dude to try getting some kid therapy. This is for the last guest. Yeah, he needs it. He needs a lot of things because he keeps coming up and doing the same shit. W's in the chat to you. Notice we never got down to how he would invalidate what I contribute to society, and this is something he's tried to do 3 times on the panel now. I don't know why they do this to themselves. W's in the chat to you. Math. Sorry. Hold on. Let's put this up. I'm trying to do it all now so I don't get distracted. Oh, I missed this one. W's in the chat to Jenna for the $1 Venmo. Baby help $1 train. Thank you so much. Big W's. Jenna started a dollar train. Jenna started a dollar train. So even if that's, I won't say all you have is all you have, you need to keep your dollar. But if you just like to donate $1, if you can, you may do so. W's to you, Jenna. And then that would be 10. And then that would be 20. Okay. W's in the chat to Mary for the $10 PayPal for the new mommy. Thank you so much, Mary. I appreciate you. Yes, she had a beautiful, healthy, lovely boy. Her first boy out of the 2 girls that she has. W's in the chat to you. She also posted those pictures in the Discord. He's so cute. He's so cute. Thank you so much, Mary. W's in the chat to... making sure I don't read anyone's names I don't want readed. To Janine, for the $20 PayPal for Ash. Enjoy your family with a little less stress, well as little stress as can be expected with the current administration. That part. Lots of love. Thank you so much, Jenny. Thank you so much for your 20. Big W's to you. Big W's to you. W's in the chat to Nika for the $1 PayPal for Ashley. Thank you so much participating in the dollar train. Big W's to you. Big W's to you. And I do have a couple here on the Cash App. We'll get right back to you, guests, I promise. What is this one? What is this one? What is this one? Did we do this one? Yes, we did. L's in the chat for Joey. L's in the chat to Joey for the $40 Cash App with the message 3 words, mod me, bitch. So I'm going to need to see some L's in the chat for Joey. L's in the chat for Joey. I appreciate your funky ass support. W's in the chat to hold up. Aria for the $20 Cash App for Ash. Thank you guys so much. Wow, not us, the pro-life people, being more pro-women than the Trump supporters. Ain't that something? W's in the chat to you, Aria. Thank you so much. W's in the chat to there's a couple. Okay. Tara for the $2 Cash App for Ash. Thank you so much, Tara. I appreciate you. Big W's to you. W's in the chat to... Also, y'all didn't listen to me when I said it. Y'all listen to Erica. I think that's crazy. W's in the chat to Dominique for the $20 Cash App for Ash. Let's fucking go. Thank you so much, Dominique. I appreciate your support. W's in the chat to Marisol for the $20 Cash App as well for Ashley. Love all that you do. I ain't shit, but I do my best. Thank you so much, Marisol. W's to you. W's in the chat to Selena for the $2 Cash App. Sorry, it's not more, but to help. Please understand something, guys. If you sent me 2 damn cents to help Ashley, that's 2 more cents than she had before. If you don't have it, you don't. If you do, you do. If you send anything regardless, you're just as important as the people throwing the big bucks. Thank you so much. We help each other over here no matter what we have. Thank you so much. W's in the chat to Kit. Hi, Kit, for the $1 Cash App. Dollar Train, love to Ash. We love Ash over here. Thank you so much, Kit. Big W's to you. And I think that's all I have for the moment. It looks like that puts us up to... Did I not? No, there's no way. I fucked up the math because that's not right. I'll redo it in a second. Back to you, guests. What were y'all talking about?
We were talking about him in this bill that that Donald Trump supposedly allowed $50,000 for Black parents to teach Black history at home. So, yeah, no. No. Yeah, I already found it.
We're looking alongside you. So there's that.
I already found it, and so
What was it was a black man?
Oh shit.
His name.
So while Hector is doing math, I'm gonna go over it with you. Did this pass?
Sorry.
Yes.
It did pass?
Yes, it did.
Oh, okay. And so
What year?
it passed.
What year is it? What year? If you tell me again, I'll know.
Whoo, child. So HR 1243 was introduced.
I had a number on.
Yeah, HR 1243 was introduced in 2017.
17.
Yeah, and is known as the African American History Education Act.
Oh.
So you saying that...
I know you didn't read that whole bill, though, so if you could tell me what you think you're reading right now.
I know. So actually, it's 2 things right here. My apologies. So the one that you're looking at, the HR 1243, all right, is the Best Practices Act. That is the one that you're looking for. All right. And with this one, let me pull it up here. The text of
It's
the
two black
bill.
men that wrote it. Because it's supposed to be a
All
black man
right.
that wrote it. Both of them.
So for this one, this is so off base. I swear to God, it's so off base. All right, here we go. So the one that you're, can you tell that person to stop calling for the love of God? Okay, they won't. It's okay. So this Black History one is now, it was reintroduced in the 118th Congress in 2023 by Rep. Joyce Betty. Whose name is?
I'm listening.
I'm sorry, you had background noise. Okay, so it
Sorry,
was
I'm at work. I'm
introduced by
listening.
Rep. Joyce Betty, all right, and it was reintroduced in 2023. So if something was reintroduced, does it mean that it passed?
You mean during the people that you said I'm not supposed to speak about
I'm
campaign?
so
I
so
can't speak on that,
sorry.
right?
I'm so sorry. I need you to listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth so that you may
I'm listening.
understand. And I'm being very serious. All
No, I
right.
got you.
If I have to reintroduce a bill,
Right.
does that mean that the bill passed?
If you're re-bringing it back up, then I would say you could readdress it. That something got passed within there. So whatever there might be things that need to be clarified further outside, it doesn't mean that's not passed. The first
If
bill that
I
you're speaking
have
about,
to reintroduce a bill, doesn't mean that that bill got passed. This is not an amendment to a bill. Just answer the question. Stop trying to twist yourself into pretzels because you know you're wrong. This bill
so
was
you
never
just told me
passed. It was only
you just told me there was
introduced.
two bills. You told me there was two bills, and you're saying
No,
both
in which
wasn't
it was
passed.
linked. It was actually in 2017, it was introduced and it went nowhere. All right. In 2023, it was reintroduced. You can check this all out at congress.gov, by the way. All right. It was reintroduced as HR 703, all right, in 2023, and it was only introduced. That means that it never made it to committee. At no point did a committee pick up this bill for review to pass it on to the House floor for a vote. All right. So Donald Trump did not sign any bill, all right, that provided $50,000 to Black American families to teach Black history at home. That did not happen.
All right.
What you got?
Well, I mean, I'm still going off of the taxes. Still going off of the fact that
What
he
what's
wants to
what's
do for
taxes?
Americans.
He
Huh?
doesn't want to do for he doesn't want to do for Americans. He's getting us involved in a war that is exacerbating the already high prices that we have to pay.
Right.
So there's that. We have home builders talking about that if the Strait of Hormuz continues to be closed, they're going to run out of nails and that they're not going to be able to continue to build homes. Like, what are
I
we doing? We
mean,
already have a housing shortage in the United States of America. I don't know if you were aware of that or not.
that's not the government's problem, though. That's not the government's problem. That's
It's
the
not the
people's problem.
government's problem. It's not the
Oh
government's
my
problem
God.
that Donald Trump is waging a war in Iran and the piece of waterway that they own, that they control, they have effectively closed it because of said war. What the fuck? Go ahead. You
Government
got it.
government is not meant for every little thing. It's meant for the big things. When you implement too many taxes, that does not allow the people to do their own business. So when you say government is what's it called in a war, that has to be focused on. But in the same breath of saying that, I do agree. I don't like where everybody's backing up Israel, but that's another topic. I'm not trying to get on that at this present moment. Government has nothing to do with the people producing and trying to build properties. That's always been a people's property. I mean, a people's issue. You know, you don't supposed to mix the two. This is where we have too much government. So when you say that, we need to stop asking for the so-called government to do all these things and lower our taxes so we can pay to do that thing. Building a house was a person or a society, a society's issue. It wasn't the government's issue. When did we start making it that the government needs to be responsible for building houses? Huh?
What? You're serious, bruh? Bruh, like
Every
seriously, bruh.
house
Give me a moment.
from
No, I'm
every
processing. I'm processing what it is that you said because sometimes you hear something so outrageous, so not based in reality, so stupid that you have to take a moment to process. And I'm being honest with you. What you just said made absolutely no sense whatsoever because to say that the government does not have an impact on home builders, so these companies would be absolutely insane when it is the government that actually sets the tax rate. All right. It's the government that sets the tax rate. I'm not going to let you finish that. I'm going to finish this because what you just said was absolutely stupid. Again. All right. That didn't make any sense. It wasn't based in reality. All right. The government sets the
I know you
tax
don't get
rate.
to
All
talk at
right.
home that much.
Corporate tax. All right. Is what they pay. So that will have an impact on them also. All right. Additionally, Donald Trump has been waging a tariff war, so a trade war. We get the majority of our lumber from Canada. That has an impact on these home builders, these companies. All right. That is the government impacting what they pay. Also, he set a tariff on Mexican drywall. All right. So the materials that we get from Mexico to do the drywall within the homes that are built within the United States of America, that plays a part. Donald Trump again waging a war in the Strait of Hormuz, all right, has an impact on what home builders can do here in the United States of America because the home builders themselves are not individuals, sir. They are a company. They are a corporation. All right, you can keep doing this awkward laugh and this oh my God stuff to make yourself feel better, but sir, you are categorically wrong. You're incorrect about your assertion here. To say that the government doesn't play a part is absolutely asinine. I don't understand how
I said the
anyone would ever
government.
even agree with you.
I said the government needs to back out. The reason why, but I can't talk about the people you said we can't talk about. But too much government is causing the problem. So much so that we have to ask these people to do the things because of taxes. If you back up from the taxes and let the people keep their money, they will be able to create and do their own thing. That's the biggest problem. Why do we need to go to the government for the money that we give them? We should be able to keep said money and be able to do business.
I
So when
don't
you
think
speak,
you
I agree with what you're saying.
understand
Huh?
in the
Oh my
slightest
God.
how this works, but you can hold for a
I didn't
moment.
know y'all was twins.
You can hold for a moment. W's in the chat. Got to do a couple thank yous. I keep my calculator on the computer keeps fucking freezing and resetting. That's why I have to keep going back and forth. So I have it fixed out now. Let me do some thank yous. W's in the chat. So Lori for the $5 Venmo help for Ash
God
from
bless
the
you.
Angry Sloth. Thank you so much, Angry Sloth. I appreciate you. Should have read that part first. It's fine. I'm getting better at it. W's in the chat to Mel for the $25 Venmo for Ash. Thank you so much, Mel. Big W's to you. W's in the chat to Mason for the $5 Venmo. Sorry, brother. I napped for a large portion of your stream. Mamas, you know I don't pay you, right? It's okay. Thank you. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Joshua for the $2 Venmo. The best nation is donation. Okay. Donation Nation up in here. Donation Nation. Thank you so much. W's in the chat to Sandifa for the $5 Venmo. Keep cooking. I do my best. I'm not even this is Eric. I ain't even saying sure. No. And then I have a couple Cash Apps. I don't remember the last one started. The Cash App collapses in a very weird way. We did Joey, we did Aria. I think we did Tara. I think we did Dominique. Yes, we did. We did Marisol. We did Selena. W's in the chat to Ashley for the $15 Cash App. From one Ash to another, mute this caller, though. Yeah, he's saying a bunch of stuff. He'll probably start making sense in a second. W's in the chat to Weibos for the $5 Cash App for Ash. Thank you so much, Weibos. W's in the chat to Sean for the $1.75 Cash App on the Dollar Train. W Dollar Train. Thank you so much for participating. W's in the chat to Darnell for the $10 Cash App for Ash. Thank you so much, Darnell. I appreciate you. And I think that was the last one that I have. If I happen to somehow miss any... Oh, I did. W's in the chat to Morgan. No, Megan. No, it's Becky for the $25 Venmo. Close our Ash fundraiser. W's in the chat to you. I think this is the one that we did not add. So that does put us at $700.75. As I showed you guys earlier, and I will do this again. This is her meal train that she started. She posted in the Helping Hectic section of our Discord. And then I honestly didn't fucking see it, to be completely honest with you. But this is it here. Because y'all know about my receipts. Okay. I'm about my receipts. Let me do this. So this is it. This is what she put up. And as you can see, she needed 700 more to knock out this goal. And we just did it. Or just about did it. We're going to raise some more, though. We just did it. W's to you guys. Big W's to you guys. The reason why I'm going to give it to her directly is because she has immediate needs right now. This was put up a couple weeks prior, but she has immediate needs that she wants to meet. So we're going to help her that way. If you'd like to donate directly to this, that link is in the... I should have put it in my link tree. I'll put it in my link tree in a second. That link is available in the Helping Hectic section of our Discord. But again, all the money that we donate here directly, I'll be sending that over to her at the end of the stream. And as you guys know, I will post that receipt in the Discord afterwards. Big W's to you guys. Thank you so much. Big W's to you guys. But obviously, this is a woman with a new baby and 2 kids to take care of. She could use a lot more, but at minimum, we were trying to raise 700, and we're there. But I just want to let you know we can do more than that. We can absolutely go above this goal. So please, if you'd like to support Ashley and her newborn baby and family, please check out the links in the bio to do so. All right, back to you, caller. So from what I was able to gather in my little while I was doing all this other stuff, you were wrong as fuck about this bill that didn't pass. And you use this as a big point to say, hey, Trump's doing a good job, even though he would have, A, had nothing to do with it. That was Congress. And B, it never happened. You clearly don't seem to know what you're talking about when it comes to taxes and the government's role in reducing the price of homes. So what are you doing? What are we doing?
Can I ask you a better question based upon that, or should I only have to answer what you asked me?
You may attempt to.
All right. In your opinion, right? Economy base wise, or country that you feel is running like a good society, what would that location be for you?
What?
I said based upon economy or based upon how society is running, what country is better that you think is what country do you think is better outside of America? What country do you think runs better than America? A society based on their economy, what country do you think runs better than America?
What country? That would depend on certain factors. If we're talking about the economy, obviously the U.S. would be the number one. If we're talking about civil rights, the U.S. would be very low on that list. If we're talking about women's health care, many countries knock that out of the park. If we're talking about education, many countries knock that out of the park. So it all depends on the factors that you would consider
Can you name three,
good.
Can you just name 3?
Good. Again, on what factors specifically would I have to name one? And even then,
Right.
why are we
Gotta
doing a
make
country
sure
for
that
country
they
tit
like
for tat? What is your point?
exactly, and we gotta also make sure that the damn country like black people.
Right.
Like good grief.
My point that I'm bringing up is how America runs. If anybody else had moved in this country, it would be a problem. I don't see Kamala had doing.
I'm sorry.
a good job.
What did you just say?
I said the way how America runs. Anybody else running this country, I don't think they would have did a good job. If you gave me an example of somewhere else,
By anyone else, you'd be referencing the only 2 people that ran in the 2020 election, in which case that would be Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. 2024, yes, thank you.
So you're just talking about the 2024 election, that's it?
Well, that would be the one that would be relevant to the conversation that we're having, because that's the one that elected your president currently.
Yeah, but the thing what I'm bringing up is there's other people that's been talked about saying that they had this kind of idea that they're marrying this country or that country or so forth and so forth. I'm only asking these questions because so far what I've seen, if you look back in history, the closest thing that we're going to get to America is how it is right now. It's messed up with small things, but that's because of previous administration.
The closest thing we're going to get to America is what we have right now. What does that mean?
Okay.
Also, W's in the chat to Sarah for the $8.38 Cash App for Ash. Big W's to you, Sarah. Thank you so much, Sarah. Big W's to you. Did I just see Ash join? Ash, where you at? I just saw you. Come up here, please. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So America's always been considered the land of the free, and a place that you can, have the so-called American dream and start all over. Yes, as so-called Black Americans, we have this thing where we've always been slighted. We've always been taking our gold. But during all the worst times in history, we've always excelled. During the so-called people we do not like, Republican errors or anything in between,
Yes, in
we've
spite
always
of the
excelled.
government, still we rise.
So, yeah, right. So thank you. In spite of the government. So if the government backed up, like Thomas Sowell said, during his time in the 1940s and 50s, that's when Black people excelled, especially in the 1930s. So when I say this,
Oh my
I'm telling
God.
you,
This is
what's the problem?
In the
Is that not true?
1930s, during the Great Depression, y'all. In the
No, no,
1930s, the
no,
Great
no,
Depression.
no. Don't undermine what's being said. What I'm saying to you is this:
We
similar
did
things
not
happened
thrive during
during
the
that.
Great Depression.
How
We had
did
a
we
period of
not? That was the
enlightenment. We
most
had a
Black.
period of enlightenment in the 1920s, of course, during the Harlem Renaissance. Yet Black people still had an extremely high unemployment rate, over
You're
over
you're
over
you're
a 50% unemployment rate in the
you're asking for
1920s.
perfection. You're asking for perfection.
We're
What I'm
not
saying is
ask
this.
what the fuck do you mean I'm asking for
Asking for
perfection? If we
perfection.
have a over for the
You're
population that we had, if we had a over 50% unemployment rate in the 1920s, how is that Black people are doing well? Make that make
I
sense.
I repeat to you again. During these times, this is where the start of some of the most millionaires during these Black damn, what's the word?
Name Black millionaires in the 1920s.
Madam C.J. Walker. Damn. I forget some of the Harlem legends right now. Satchmo. What's the other one? Shit. He's a
The
comedian.
other
He did
one.
like. No, it wasn't like it was a whole bunch. It's the principle that we had some. We had people who had
Boy,
money
we
and
had,
time.
you know what? You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is that, yes, we even had wealthy Black people during slavery, my guy. During the
I'm not
institution of
arguing.
slavery, we had wealthy Black people. That means absolutely nothing.
Okay, so you want
What
perfection
is
then?
your
Is what you
point?
say?
Ain't nobody
What
asking
I'm
for perfection because you don't understand. You still don't understand
I
that even today, that even though
right.
still we rise, all right, is that thank you, Soli, because I was looking that up because Madam C.J. Walker did die in 1919. So there's that
Oh,
part.
pardon me. Pardon me. But what I'm
You ain't
saying
been
to you
right
is
about nothing though. That's the problem.
what I'm saying to you is there was a time where we had more money in the so-called negative times of the people that we claim that were the worst of the worst, and they wasn't worse for
Did
it.
we?
We made,
The
huh?
fuck?
Did we? What time period was this where we had more money?
Oh my God. when I can't
They just
argue
be saying
that
stuff.
how,
You do realize
that
black wealth is at the
how
highest it's ever been, even though it's estimated that it's
one
going to
percent
look
since
bad at a
slavery.
certain time.
1% since slavery. One
What?
percent since slavery. 1% since
It's
1865.
only increased
So
1% since slavery?
no, it hasn't been up since 1% since slavery. Meaning when black
Sir,
people were free,
what are you talking about?
we have not garnered wealth
Since
over
slavery,
1%.
when niggas had next to no money, because a lot of niggas
Thank
was
you.
in chains, you trying to say all the wealth we have now, the capital, the millionaires, the little billionaires,
And it's
only
still
went up
not over
1%?
it's still not over 1% of the wealth. It's still not over 1%.
Wait.
That's
Oh.
what's called Anderson.
So that's a completely different argument. No. That's a completely different argument. If you're saying black people only make up a certain percentage of America's wealth, that's a different argument from black people's overall wealth increasing. Those are two different arguments, my guy.
We never have increased our wealth since then during those times. But
My guy,
what's
you're
up? What's up?
you're talking about compared to other demographics or who would hold the majority of wealth in the United States specifically. That's what we'd be talking about. You're saying black people would only represent a percentage of the wealth in this country, but black wealth in that percentage is more. We make more. We've had more compared to previous years. But a population thing there, we still would only represent 1%. I'm still not even sure how accurate that is, but I know it's a small percentage.
I'm going off of two statisticians in economics, people who talk about economics. That's Thomas Sowell.
No, you're
And that's
not.
called,
Because if you knew what you were talking about, you don't know what you're talking about.
right,
And you just keep
right,
spewing misinformation. No, if you knew what you were talking
right.
about, you would talk about the 1940s and you would talk about the Post Civil Rights Act. That's what you would talk about. You would talk about the fact that the those serving the baby boomer generation.
Y'all not
You would
tapping the
talk
screen, by the
about
way.
that. All right. But then you will also talk about, because of the simple fact that we got the 1964 Civil Rights Act, all right, and we got anti-discrimination laws on the books, all right, that Black people were better able to have upward mobility post 1964. Is what you would be able to talk about. But then what you would have to understand is that starting in the mid to late 70s, they started implementing laws that actually stalled Black progression. All right, we can talk about Bakke versus California Regents University, all right, where they actually said, the Supreme Court said that quotas based on affirmative action were now unconstitutional. So basically what they did was they tried to cut being Black out of it. They said you can't do quotas based off of race. All right, so that we take away that part of it. Okay, great. Got it. Good. Then we go into the 80s where Ronald Reagan as president dumps metric tons of booger sugar into Black neighborhoods. All right, and then criminalizes the people for using said substance. All right, and they create the CRAC laws where they were disproportionately sentenced to longer prison times than white folks. All right, we can talk about that. Then we can go to 1994 and we can talk about the crime bill and how that negatively impacted Black Americans. Right? You want to talk about the 3 strikes law? Yeah, you can go ahead and say that Joe Biden wrote that, but motherfucker, he did not write that darn bill. What Joe Biden did was he wrote a portion of it, which was the Violence Against Women Act. That's what Joe Biden wrote, okay? Since you want to act like you know everything, but you know absolutely nothing. You know nothing at all. And then what we also can then talk about is how they allow banks to be predatory against Black Americans, because not only did they already redline us, which was found to be unconstitutional and deemed illegal in 1968, yet that practice still continues today into 2026 because banks have been sued for it as far as they're going January of 2025, the last that I checked. So that's a practice that continues on. All right. And so what we had was in the early 2000s is we had a bunch of friggin' lenders giving people loans that they should not have been given in the first place because they were predatory from jump because of adjustable percentage rates. I don't know if you know what that is, but it basically means that you pay a certain amount based off of the percentage rate for like the first 3, 5, or 10 years. And then after that time frame passes, based on the market rate, your monthly payment goes up, your mortgage payment goes up. And a lot of people weren't prepared for that because they didn't prepare people for that. And so a lot of people suffered foreclosures. A lot of people had to file bankruptcies. And then as people were filing bankruptcies, George fucking Bush Jr. changes the darn bankruptcy laws. He changes the bankruptcy laws to limit the amount of times that you can file for bankruptcy and the information and the cost of it, making it harder for people of lower income to file for bankruptcy. You're a fucking idiot that don't know any darn thing. I'm not engaging with you anymore because you're fucking stupid.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're fucking not welcome. And I mean that with all due disrespect.
No, thank you.
You're a fucking Black man talking about we were great in the 20s and the 30s. Motherfucker, do you know that in the great, do you know what the Great New Deal, do you know what the Great New Deal was?
Go ahead.
Do you know what the Great New Deal, oh my God, you don't know what the New Deal was?
No.
Okay, so when it comes to when it comes to HOLC, all right, which actually amortized loans to take them from being interest bearing to where so people would have balloon payments at the end. It actually introduced a 30-year mortgage. It's what it did. Okay, it introduced the 30-year mortgage, and guess who it was for? It was for white people. We couldn't use it. So there's that part. We could not use it. All right, those welfare programs, Social Security, that was not for Black people. That was for white people. We could not use it. FHA loans, those were for white people. We could not use them. The fucking government established redlining. That wasn't locales and states and stuff like that. That was the federal government that established redlining and put those darn lines around Black communities and said, hey, we're going to give this a D grade. All right, so don't lend in this neighborhood. The fucking 30s were great for Black people? Bro. Hector, I hate these niggas. I don't know why I'm so upset right now, but I swear I can't stand these types of people. Because what the fuck is wrong with them? These fucking PP loan demons is what they are. These stimulus check demons is what they are. I bet your ass got a Charger or a Challenger during the pandemic. You fucking Challenger demon.
I'm a German kind of guy.
This nigga got a 328 eye. Fucking 328 eye demon.
Say it again.
You 328 eye demon. You GLE
No,
350
I'm an
demon.
X5. I'm an X5 kind of guy. Thank you so much.
Hey, fucking good grief. You
W's
people
in
are
the
so awful.
W's in the chat to Ren for the $10 Venmo for Ash and the family. Thank you so much, Ren. I appreciate you. W's in the chat to Tracy for the $10 Venmo. Mom supporting a mom. Those first months are hard enough. Why in the hell we still don't have universal paid family leave, especially for teachers, is wild. This new mama and her family need above and beyond the goal. Challenge someone who can. Please double mine. Tracy said y'all broke niggas need to step your game up. I ain't gonna cap. Tracy said it with her full chest. I'm gonna need y'all to do better. Big W's to Tracy. Thank you so much. W's in the chat to Lori for the $5 Venmo for Ash from one boy mom to another. Thank you so much, Lori. Big W's to you. What does that put us up to? And y'all see the sticker on the screen, so you know exactly what the next 50 is going to and what else it would do as well. So I think that's 25, 734. Big W's. Big W's to you guys. All right, cool. So before I give Ash the chance to talk to y'all, because I'm sure she has a lot of words to say, I really don't know what this guy's point is, Erica. Like that's what I'm confused about is I don't know what his point is. I don't know what his argument is. I don't know where he's going with because I just keep hearing him bring up points that are moot or wrong or irrelevant. So like what do you got, bro? Like, I really don't know why you support Trump. You can't even substantiate why properly. The last thing I remember was about housing. We were talking about housing, and you were saying the government getting involved in housing is what's bringing the cost of it up, which is ridiculous. Like, can you articulate that?
Okay, so you're saying that we need to qualify for loans and things of that nature, right? For people to build property because we have a housing crisis, right? That's what you said last, right?
We need to qualify for loans. I mean, I think everyone should be able to qualify for loans and assistance from private institutions or the federal government to be able to live. Sure.
Okay. Well, why was it that this was something that's new? This is not something that was done in the early 1900s outside of the land for
There's a lot of things that weren't done in the early 1900s. What is your point?
My point is, so-called America's greatest points is in the early 1800s going into now, especially the
greatest points for who?
For Americans.
Hey, you know black people were Americans? You know Chinese people were Americans? You know how many groups of people were Americans in the 1800s that were getting fucked? What are you talking about?
Before you put your emotions into it,
Ain't nobody putting emotions into nothing. Look at history, nigga. The fuck you talking about emotions?
I'm not arguing history. I know niggas.
What the fuck do you mean you're not arguing history? You just referenced the 1800s, nigga! Is that the future? What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my gosh. You're mad sensitive, bro. You're not listening.
You just said in the 1800s it was good for America and that you're not referencing history. Last I checked, that's not in the fucking future. You'd literally be referencing history. You keep saying stupid nigga shit and then you want to talk about, oh, I'm not doing this. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
I know you real gangster over the phone, but like I was saying,
Nigga, I'm just yelling. Nothing gangster about this. The fuck?
No, that's the whole point. That's your passion is cool. I'm not arguing about that. That's why I say it like that. So what I'm saying to you, during these times, these are the so-called greatest times of America. The innovation that they have.
Based off of what? Okay, what metric are you using to say that those times, the 1800s, I assume you would at least be talking about the late ones, was the greatest times in America?
I'm trying to explain to you.
You're not. You keep saying it. Articulate it.
Okay. No, I can't talk over you too. You the host, right?
I asked you to articulate it. Articulate
All
it.
right.
Stop rambling.
I'm telling you once again, and you went on the black play. I'm not arguing what happened with niggas. What I said to you was during this time, this was the most innovative
Niggas
time.
would be a...
But the government...
Whatever. Go ahead.
The government was not involved as much as they are. After 1916, if I'm not mistaken, is when they started implementing what's that bill? Not the bill. Where they started taking taxes more for war and all those things of that nature. We wasn't taxed much on anything. The only thing we used to pay out for is if we had a war every now and then. But outside of that, we was able to build our own houses. Later on, when people had having to give up their gold in the 1930, was it 1928 or 1933 Gold Act or National Reserve Act, where we had to give up our money in gold, that's when the currency came in and we started to have to ask the government for things. But before that, we the people was able to create our own things, buy our own land and do what we had to do in between.
What
Building land.
stops niggas from doing that now. In fact, the time period that you're talking about where we're able to do all this, what stopped white people from busting in our communities and taking that shit and leaving us for dead?
Well, easy. I mean, like you said, you explaining your emotions right now, but like
my boy. What the fuck do you mean I'm explaining my emotions? I'm asking you a question based off the premise that you provided. What is emotional about that?
I'm answering you. The top slaves that got their freedoms will tell you their freedom came by the hand of the GUN. And outside of that, black people want to stray away from that. You don't get freedom without the protection of your freedom. So, like, that's why they got the First Amendment and the Second Amendment. We, as black people, always stray from the rules. We always went against the rules.
And niggas have guns now. Now what?
No. We're not organized with our things. We're not organized. We don't come.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We're not organized. So
I got you.
Say we have them now. We have a bunch of people who are emotionally sensational like yourself, and will sit there and go, well, I'm hot, and then they make a rash decision instead of going like we used to do as a group and people. So when you talk about people getting together, that was more of a thing in the 1900s.
You can't hear me. He's all over the place. He's all over the fucking place, conflating a bunch of things together. We were talking about a time that was great for America, and then he says, well, I was talking about all Americans, and then he zones in on what black people were able to do. He can't even be consistent with his own argument. Now he's going on about how we was able to have guns, and that's how we were safer because we were able to shoot white people as if anything stops us from defending ourselves now. And then we wouldn't have, I don't know, courts of laws and civil rights to protect us from the lashes or the repercussions of what we would get when we did defend ourselves during that time versus now. And that system's still fucked. But he wants to go back to a time before the Emancipation Proclamation and everything else. I'm actually so glad you hung up the fucking phone because I had nothing else. I had nothing else to say to you. Oh my God, that dude was fucking stupid. Holy shit, that dude was fucking stupid. Whoo.
No, really, real life, not smart. Just simply not smart. Oh my gosh. Oh, it made my brain hurt. He did not know what it was that he was talking about.
I don't know how you did that, Erica.
Tariffs. Okay, so basically what he's talking about prior to the income tax being collected, right? All right, and basically this was during the time that the United States was transitioning, I should say, from agricultural, so agrarian type of economy, because they didn't have slaves no more, to do that. So they were using machinery, and then also industry up in the north, like textile industry and all that jazz. All right, and so they were transitioning, and so they tried to do the tariffs, but they saw that the tariffs were inflationary, all right? And they needed fucking money. They needed money. And so that's when they come in with the darn going income tax to try to work these things out in order to keep the economy stable. Right? They even tried tariffs again in the early, like in 1920, after the war, because the war ended in 1918, all right? And they tried tariffs again in early 1920, and it didn't work. It just didn't work. And then they tried it again in 1930 and saw again that it didn't work. All right. Having people pay, all right, via tariffs instead of an actual income tax does not work. We saw it in many different facets, even when the gold standard became the thing. I just want y'all to shut up. I hate people. I need a nap. Do I need a nap? Hi, Ash.
Yes. Hi, Ash. Really quickly, Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people we'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. At this point in time, I'm going to let you talk about Biden. I'm going to let you talk mess about Kamala. I'm going to let you bring up the Keystone Pipeline. But one thing I won't let you do is reference the 1800s and tell me that you're not talking about history, you dumb fuck. Hi, Ash.
How you say that? I ain't gonna, low-key checked out. He said that he was talking about the 1800s, but he won't talking about history.
Yeah.
Oh, you good, Ash?
I am. Hopefully, I'm going home tomorrow.
Oh, you're still in the hospital?
Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to come in and tell you thank you because I noticed a donation. You guys, I really appreciate it. I reached out to Hector because I'm going to be struggling. I had I had the baby on the 25th of February, and he was in the NICU for over a week. And I started having some major postpartum complications. I've been to the doctor every day this week. On Wednesday, I had emergency surgery because I had some postpartum bleeding that they couldn't explain because normally this doesn't happen 2 weeks after. But I had hematomas that needed to be drained.
Really quickly, I'm sorry
And
I'm being messy.
go ahead.
11 OC Beast 11 said, they don't give a damn about you, Ash. They hate all white people and have said it before. Shut the fuck up and get in the box. Okay, sorry, go ahead, Ash.
No, it's okay. That's hilarious. But the so Wednesday I had to have an emergency surgery after multiple complications, and the doctors were just baffled. Went home after the outpatient surgery Thursday, woke up to another bleed. And went back to the doctor. Well, I went to the emergency room Tuesday too. So I've been literally just major complication after major complication. And yesterday they did the emergency surgery again because I had come up with another bleed and hematomas and blood clots, of course, which is dangerous. They decided to keep me overnight because it took them a while to get the bleeding to stop. Apparently, it was never life-threatening bleeding, but it was touch and go, is what the doctor said. So they decided to keep me one more night just to observe, but I'm doing really good today. I'm just in a lot of pain because in addition to recovering from postpartum pain and all of those things, and taking care of my baby, I've also got I've got 2 surgeries in my, I don't know what I can say on TikTok without getting bananaed, but in my vaginal area, for lack of a better term. So I have major trauma that has happened. And I had already lost $500 from my last paycheck because I had 2 unpaid days. And this is probably going to extend I have a little bit of paid leave, but this will extend past my paid leave. So I see somebody asking me questions. You're more than welcome to DM me and I can explain to you what's going on. But I reached out to Hector because my husband has had to take unpaid time off to come and be with me, of course. And I've had to, I've got medical bills that are stacking up because, like I said, I've been to the doctor in the ER and had 2 surgeries in a week, as well as the admissions. And I do have decent insurance, but it's just everything is just kind of piling up, especially with the NICU stay. And I reached out to Hector and I was like, if you are still willing to do fundraising, I could really use it. And I hate asking for help, but I know I don't want to get into a bind. When I return, it's going to be hard enough to return. So anyway, I really appreciate all the gifts and donations. Y'all just don't know. I am okay. Those of you that are asking, my prognosis is good. They just are observing me because because over the week, every time they would drain a bleed and take out the clot, another one would form. So basically what they're doing is, because they finally found the bleed internally, they're making sure that another one's not coming back. The baby is fine. I had cholestasis of pregnancy, which is a liver condition, which means I had to be induced a little early because it can cause stillbirth. And there's something, talking about racism and all of those things, there's something called wimpy white boy syndrome. It is really a thing because white males do not fare as well when they're born early. And so his lungs needed a little bit more time to develop. Hey, Gio. And so he just stayed in the NICU for a little over a week, but he's doing really good. He's home now. We're just working on weight gain, which is hard, especially because I'm breastfeeding and I'm not there with him. And so it's really hard for him to gain the weight that he needed to. So just kind of watching that. Dad's having to take care of him alone tonight. So I just can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I appreciate Hector, the fact that I reached out to him and said, hey, if you're willing to do this, I need help. And he did. So thank you. Thank you, everybody that's donated. And I don't want to take up too much more of your time. But I really do appreciate y'all.
First and foremost, everyone needs a little help sometimes. Pretty sure that's in a song, might be in the Bible. So there's that, and there's nothing wrong with it. I think, hey, all the Republicans go, I'm relying on the government for everything. Fun fact, we aren't the government. Congratulations. I think we can come together and help people, and that's exactly what we're here to do. In fact, I think my mistake was putting like the specific number, because then y'all forget that people still need help over that. So here's the thing, all right? We raise a lot, but at the end of the day, having kids isn't easy. Having the issue she has isn't easy. She just told you the entire situation, so we want to raise as much as humanly possible that we can tonight to help her out. Friendly reminder that if you can't, you can't. But if you can, please do. Those links are going to be in the bio. Hector Talks with 2 R's on Cash App and Venmo. PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you are on the tube side, you may send a super, no. If you're on the tube side, please hit up the links in the description of the live, because again, TikTok gifts that I get here, I can't do anything with that. And then super chats, I can't do anything with that. If you want to support me, by all means do that. But if you want to donate directly to her, please utilize the links in the bio. With that being said, Ash, you're more than welcome to stay up as long as you can. Obviously, when I end, I'll get this over to you. I did have a thank you here. W's in the chat. Thank you so much, Bugsby, for the $20 Cash App. We love you, Ash. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Bugsby. Thank you so much. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to you. But you guys know what to do. In any case, we are still trying to talk to Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter who regrets your vote, you are the demographic of people that I want to have a conversation with. I want to know what exactly did it in, which action, which phrase, which revelation from his past that you guys completely ignored for the last freaking decade. What did you in? What made you regret your vote? This is a safe space for you to express that. And if you're a Trump supporter who does not regret their vote, then you can call in as well or request up in the box, because I can give you a whole lot of reasons as to why you should. And Erica can give you a lot more. And Joey can give you a lot more. Speaking of Joey, hey,
I haven't
Joey.
said man, what's up? I was trying to talk to that last guy, but Erica took him to school and but what's up?
So we got a thing to do, don't we?
Oh, you and I?
Yeah, Erica and I, and you and whoever. We got a thing to do, don't we? We gonna battle? We gonna do this battle?
Oh, I'm being ready for y'all. What the fuck?
You said you had a tournament the other day. When does that end?
We can do both. I can do the tournament and this. We got it like that
that's
over
crazy.
there.
You want to get cooked twice? That's wild. That's wild.
No, I'm down whenever you guys want. My tournament is on Thursdays. I'm in the second round. And then after this, it'll be one more round. The final is at the end of the month. Hopefully, I'm making it to the finals. But I'm good for there. We can set it up. We can do either Jen if she's down. If not, I'll have to ask Saji again, and we could run it like that. But I am down. I'm down. Just let me know when works for y'all, and stop getting these bananas right before things happen, bro.
That was not on me. Let's see. Hold on. Or Friday. Yeah. I'll have my people call your people. And we'll get a specific
While you're
date.
looking that up, some people have asked me to DM them. Y'all, I am on pain medications right now, so the thing is scrolling too fast for me to check. But you are more than welcome to DM me. I don't care to share stories. I think that awareness for maternal health is something that we need to bring more awareness to.
Absolutely.
For America to be one of the higher developed countries, we have one of the highest of the developed countries' highest maternal mortality rate. And there was literally a moment Friday when I was calling my ex-husband to talk about life insurance policies for my other 2 kids, just in case something happened, because I was getting scared. And I wanted to make sure everybody was taken care of. So, that's, I don't mind sharing stories, because I think bringing awareness is how you get the system fixed. So, I really appreciate you guys. I'm probably going to drop down really quick, because I know y'all need to focus on this conversation, because these conversations need to be had. But I just wanted to drop in and tell you thank you from the bottom of my heart, Hector, as well as everybody else. Like, This is more than I could imagine, and I appreciate every bit of it. When I got my last paycheck, I was like, what am I going to do? You know, with it being $500 short. And then when this surgery happened and I realized that my leave was going to probably be extended, I was really reeling because $500 for missing 2 unpaid days is a lot. So I really do appreciate y'all.
Hey, can I say something to Ash before she goes?
Yeah.
Hi, Ash. I haven't had the pleasure to meet you, but it's my pleasure. Just with your what's it called? Consent. I'm nosy. I read your bio. I saw that it says pastor. I am heavy in the belief of the power of prayer. So with your consent, I would love to pray for you and your family. My kids and I will be praying for you.
God
I'm meeting
bless
with my
you.
pastor tomorrow. Would love to get a little prayer group going for you if that's okay with you.
Sure, absolutely. And to those people that are not prayers, if you have meditation, if you have thoughts, good vibes, I am a pastor, but I'm very progressive and I want to honor your faith. Or if you do not believe in anything, that I honor that as well. So if you could just, anybody who wants to send good vibes my way and my baby's way and my entire family, I would greatly appreciate it because in addition to this, I've had 2 people that have unalived in the past 2 weeks since my labor and delivery that have meant a lot to me. So one of them is somebody that we knew on the TikTok streets. If you guys know Dr. Chewy.
Oh shit! I did see
Dr.
that.
Yeah, Dr. Chewy passed away. His son has asked me to make a tribute video, and I'm going to try to do that when I get over the hump. He knows that I'm in the hospital right now, and once I get home, I'm going to make a tribute video to Dr. Chewy. And then there's been a fellow member of our church that was kind of like a stand-in grandfather to me that's passed. So it's been a rough couple weeks. It's been a joy. It has been such a joy to have my baby, but the health complications are unexpected. But I appreciate any prayers, thoughts. Whatever you can send, I appreciate it. And I'm not talking about financial. I'm talking about the good vibes. If you can't help financially, rest easy and knowing that you just send up a good thought or light a candle or whatever it is that you do, that means a lot to me as well. So thank you.
Absolutely. Yes, guys, I see your message. I'll read them out in a second. But like she said, whatever you believe in, whatever your faith is, if it's a meditation, if it's a ritual, I don't know, burn a goat on some cedar wood, do whatever you got to do. I'm always mocking the witches. Do whatever you got to do. Please send Ash all the good vibes you possibly can. But like I said, Ash, we are here to help you to the best of our ability, and I'm thankful that we have an amazing community to do everything that we just did. And I'm looking to do some more. It looks like we have. But yes, Trump supporters, you may still request up or call the number on the screen. Don't be betas, okay? Don't be betas. Come defend your position and tell us if you regret your vote or not. But in the meantime, between time, thank you, Jots and Titties, for that's their username. Y'all chill. For the $3 Venmo, the best nation is still donation. The best nation is still very much a donation.
It's Tittles.
Huh?
It's Tittles.
Oh my gosh, that was the
Oh.
most hilarious typo read ever.
Come on now. Hey, listen. I thought it was maybe like a capital I, and that's why it didn't have the dot. I'm just thinking about titties. W's in the chat. W's in the chat to hold on. I'm sorry. Jots and Tittles. My bad. Because you look like a whole man. My bad. Oh shit. Numbers in the chat to Melody for the $50 Cash App for Ash and her babe. Thank you so fucking much, Melanie. Guys, can we get some wwws in the chat, like a motherfucking website? Can we get some W's in the chat for Melanie? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. W's in the chat to Darnell for another $10 Cash App for Ash. Thank you so much, Darnell. I appreciate you. And what's math? 60, 70. W's in the chat to Jana for the $10 Venmo. I wish I could donate more to Ash. Sending love and strength. Thank you so much, Jana.
Shout out to Jana. I'm not partial, I promise.
I'm gonna pay that 10. I'm gonna send that shit back. Okay, hold on. So 70, 827.
Shout out to Joss and Titties.
My bad, y'all. My bad. It's shut up, Hector. Guys, the best ways to support the platform and Ash, who we're fundraising for, is going to be the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Hector talks with 2 R's on Cash App and Venmo. PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. Hey, Suniello, whatever the fuck your name is, there's a number on the screen. How about you just call in? That's literally what the fucking number is for. You Trump supporters are so goddamn weird. And you find every damn reason or excuse not to do what you do best, which is defend the indefensible. What the fuck do you think the call-in number is for? Actually, let me reset. From this point on, Trump supporters, we're going to start on a nice clean battle, like nice clean ground, okay? I will not start hostile. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be cool until you say something really fucking stupid. From this point on, it is Ashwagandha Hector. Trump supporters, please call in the number on screen and you can tell us why you support the Trump administration or better yet, why you regret it. This platform is for the both of you equally. If you don't, then that's okay too. I understand. You can have like call-in shyness. Maybe you don't want to experience that. Maybe you don't want to get embarrassed in front of about 500 people. I understand all those things too. Ashwagandha Hector. Ashwagandha. Anyways. W's in the chat to Jordan for the $25 Cash App for Ash and the baby. Thank you so much, Jordan. W's to you, Jordan. I appreciate your support. That puts us up to 852. Voila. Thank you so much. Big W's to Jordan. Thank you.
I really do appreciate y'all. But I am going to drop down. I am having to do breathing exercises. That's a post-op thing to get my lungs, make sure my lungs stay at capacity, and the pain meds are kind of kicking in. So I'm going to go rest. I appreciate you guys. You just don't know how much. Thank you.
Absolutely. Please go rest. And we'll get this to you momentarily. Big W's to Ash. Like I said, if you guys wanted more information, she's really the whatchamacallit. She'll tell you everything. Like, I'm not about telling people's business. She'll tell you everything. She don't give a fuck. She's an open book. You may hit her up. Thank you so much, Ash, for coming up. And I hope your kitties and the new baby as well. And your man. Damn, I'm such a misandrist. And your man.
Yeah, he's doing a great job taking care of everybody. Like, he really is. So I do appreciate everything. Thank you.
W's. Thank you so much, Ash, for coming up.
Bye, y'all.
Ash is such a fucking gem, y'all. Y'all don't... Like I said, a lot of y'all don't know Ash, but those of you OGs, y'all know Ash. Ash is such a fucking gem. Absolute gem. Sunello doesn't go here? So what the fuck are you crying about, bro? Mute that nigga. What the fuck are you crying about then? Anyway. See, this is the shit I'm talking about. Where's the call-in number, bub? You're on TikTok. There's a whole fucking request button. 737-295-5321, 737-295-5321, 737-295-5321. I'm literally going to type this number in the chat, fool, and then you're literally still not going to call in. I said I was going to be ashwagandha for people who come up in the box. You're not in the box, so I'm scorched earth until then. There you go. 737-295-5321. Make your excuses now.
I do want to say real quick before I do the thing, Hector. I want to say real quick, thank you to L Thank you, Elle, for ordering off of the ericaeffect.com. I really do appreciate you, love. I hope you enjoy your stuff. Thank you so much. And if you want to order, go to ericaeffect.com and you can still use code HAPPY for $10 off your purchase of $40 or more. So awesome. HAPPY is the code. It's all over the website too. And thank you to Auntie Bugsby for the 10 for here, Erica. Damn, cook Chef Erica. That child got on my nerve. He was just bad. I can't stand Hector. I'm so tired of people that aren't smart pretending to be smart. That's my problem.
Yeah, they just be saying things. They be saying anything, and they say it with such it's ignorant confidence. That shit infuriates the fuck out of me.
Hubris.
One thing about me, I don't like to look stupid. I don't like to look stupid. I have an irrational fear of being wrong.
Same.
Okay? Even if it's an honest mistake, I'll be feeling bad. I don't care who it is. I don't care how lovely they say it. They'll be like, well, Hector, that's incorrect. I'll be like, ooh.
That part
fucks with me, bro.
Heart drop.
Fucks with me. So it's like the way they come up here and they'll just be like, man, did you know? Like that stupid shit he said, talking about Trump passed the thing to help. Listen. I don't I don't claim to know everything by any means. I don't claim to know everything. But one thing I would fucking know, and Erica would especially fucking know, if Trump passed something in his first administration to help homeschoolers, is that what he said, or whatever? Black teachers teach Black history. Trump,
no, Black parents teach Black history at home.
Right. I'm like,
nigga, I would have known about that. I would have known. I would have used that 50,000. The fuck? That would have been all over everywhere.
I was just about to say, we know all the talking points that they use to say that Donald Trump's for Black people. $2 billion to HBCUs. First Step Act, the Platinum Concept Plan, all this stupid shit. You best believe we would have known something that actually passed and was signed in the fucking law, because Trump supporters, that's the thing, Trump supporters would have thrown that in our face. And I'll be damned. Trump supporter bring that up to me, I would have been like, W Trump. I would be like, W Trump. Obviously, that's asinine because Donald Trump hates American history or accurate American history. We know that because of everything he fucking says and does to suppress it, and his issues with slavery, conversations surrounding the Civil War and why it was actually fought, so on and so forth. You guys just say the most ignorant shit, dog. The most ignorant shit. Also, y'all got mad slow on the taps. Double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to 400K and beyond. 367 of you in here. Y'all got really slow with the taps. Like, we were going rapidly for the first hour or two, and then I noticed for an hour and a half, we didn't go above like 30K, 50K maybe more so. So do that. Do that. Oh, shit. Guys, big W's. Big fucking W's in the chat. I need to see at least 100 W's across the chats for Amanda for the $100 Cash App. Sending love and healing to Ash. Big fucking W's. Amanda, thank you so much. Oh, I'm glad Ash isn't still here. She would have busted out crying. I mean, crying is healthy, but still. Thank you so much, Amanda. Big W's to you. Thank you so much. So you know what? Here's the final goal. At least top this shit off. 952.13, at least top that shit off. Let's end the goal with 1K. 1K to send them. Oh, never mind. W's in the chat to Alicia for the $100 Venmo for Ash from one mama to another. It's always women. It's always women, bro. And special shout out to the men who have done this as well. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Alicia. 100 W's for her too. 100 W's for her. W's in the chat to Brianna for the $20 Venmo for Ash and the baby. Thank you so much, Brianna. Big W to you. And W's in the chat to, there we go, men showing up, for the $25 PayPal. Best to Ash and the brand new human. Absolutely. Thank you. Guys are fucking amazing, okay? I know everyone says this. Everyone says they have the best chat. Let me have my bias. I have an amazing chat. I have an amazing community. All of you who have donated to this is fucking awesome. Math. But I added that one. 140, 145. No, I'm stupid. Hold on. Go back. Yes. Okay. So, 1,052. And then we do 1,072. And then 197. Yep.
This is so awesome. Absolutely amazing community. Hector, I'm actually gonna I'm gonna drop and because I gotta get ready for the thing. But don't worry about a raid or anything because I don't know how long I'll be. But
Okay.
yeah. But I appreciate you and I appreciate all of you for the love and shout out to Mason. Thank you so very much, Mason, for the 5. I just say as long as Hector remains live, guys, please keep doing all of the good things and showing all of the love to Ash and her new baby boy and just helping them through this difficult time, her and her family. And that's all that I can ask for. So again, thank you all so very much. And bye. See you guys later.
Bye, Erica. Thank you so much for coming up. Erica will be live momentarily. Won't be in
can drop me.
enough time. I got you. She doesn't know the time, so we won't be doing a raid today. But y'all know when she's live. Half of y'all are your fucking supporters anyway. Y'all will know when she's live. Are we boycotting calculators or something? No. So literally, I had my calculator up here. And it kept freezing for some reason. Every time I open up and freeze, and I have to restart the math and stuff. So I just stopped using it, and I was using it on my phone for a second. But I actually like to do math problems in my head. Keeps me young or whatever. Keeps me fresh. So no, and I'm fairly good at math. So I say fairly because when it comes to like trigonometry and stuff, yeah, I'm fairly good at math. So yeah, just keeps me sharp. Exactly, keeps the mind sharp, guys. Thank you so much for everything that we've raised today. You guys are fucking amazing, seriously. And if you're in the Discord, as you guys know, at the end of these fundraisers, we always post the receipts. So I'll be sure to do that near the end of it. Already let her know 30% will be going towards the platform. We're giving her the 70%, and we went above and beyond the goal. So big fucking W's to y'all. I don't think we're going to get any other Trump supporters, to be honest with you. I don't think we're going to get any other ones. So here's what I need you guys to do now. Just go ahead and get the likes up to 400K, and we'll call it a night. Just call it a night. Obviously, I don't care. There's no limit to this. We're gonna take care of Ash to the best of our ability. But let's get the likes up to 400K before we wrap up, and then we'll figure out who we're gonna raid. Who is live anyway? Let's see. Joey. We'll probably we'll do a queen raid. If she's still live by the time we're done, we'll do a queen raid. Okay, guys, the faster you tap the screen, the faster we can show a black woman to support. Queen V. Lee is live. She's a fantastic creator. She's the one I sat and hung out with yesterday, and we talked to that biracial kid, the one who said he hates his hair and he wants our country to be white, all that shit. Yep. How many of you guys were there for that? Do I have any viewers here that watched Queen as well? Were you guys there for that when I was there? Dude said his white mom brought over her white family from wherever the fuck they were from. There you go. You were there. Kicked him out the house so she can move her white family in. Kicked him and the black dad, out the house. Basically told him to fend for himself. He went and stayed with his friends until that didn't work out, that his dad had to come and save him. Then he still talked about he loved his mom. And sends her money. Yeah, he was making rounds. He's making rounds. And people really need to start platforming him, to be honest with you. I have a suspicion that he may not even be black. He could just be a troll, or better yet, he is not a troll, and he's just really stupid and has better things to do, or should be spending his time better than trying to like make TikTok coins touting nonsense. Guys, I really hate platforming the same people again and again. I do my best not to do it. It's stupid, it's pointless, it's senseless, and obviously this isn't to knock any creators that do that. I don't want my platform to be that, where I'm recycling people like Liam. I'm recycling people like Torta. I'm recycling people like Trump Prophet. What is the purpose of that? These are people who choose, no matter what Donald Trump does, they're going to support him because Democrats are bad. And not a single one of them can articulate the problem with Democrats. Obviously, you can look at any party and any official and be like, bad, bad, bad. But when it comes to the overall message, we're talking about civil rights. We're talking about healthcare. We are talking about social programs. We're talking about things that overwhelmingly benefit the majority of Americans versus a select few. That party will always be the Democratic Party. Whether I like them or not, whether I agree with their history or not, it is what it is. So I'm for people. I'm for the lower middle class. And in some cases, the 1% who give back. Let's do policies that help them. Why is that so fucking hard to understand? You're never going to get me to go, Trump is amazing because he did this thing with the stocks and it made my stocks more. What happens to everyone else who doesn't own stock? Trump is the privileged president. That's the problem. Trump is the privileged president. If you're privileged, Trump is the vote for you. Actually, I take that back. A particular kind of privilege. Then Trump's the vote for you. For everyone else, you're fucked. I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't. W's in the chat to Bree for the $10 cash app for Ashton the baby, doing what I can where I can. And that's all we can do, Bree. That is all we can do. Thank you so much. We literally had a dollar train going earlier where people just sent $1. And that's okay. That's okay. Thank you guys so much. Seriously, I appreciate y'all for your support. We just helped the fucking family, dude. We just helped the fucking family get out of a bind. And that's not all. They have other issues, but they're going to be able to sleep better at night. They're going to be able to sleep just as good as their newborn baby. And I fucking love that. I fucking love that. Alrighty. Most people don't own stocks. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Is this going to be ongoing? The fundraising? Yeah, I mean, sure. It's like if anyone ever wants to donate to her again, by all means. So it's been a while since I've hosted a specific fundraiser for someone. For the most part, we have the Helping Hectic section in the Discord where people post if they need help, and I'll try to put awareness on certain things. But we haven't done any in a while. I haven't had people reach out to me in a while, actually. Not specifically, and not people that I like. That's another conversation. There are people who have reached out to me and they're known to be on some suspicious shit. And one thing about me, in these spaces, when it comes to like disingenuous grifting, that is a big problem. I'm going to fucking say that's a big problem in these spaces. People who come around know that they can prey on liberal hearts and minds with a story, a sob story. That is a big problem. So one thing about me, if you see me get to a point to where I have someone's name and a donation goal up on this background to raise money for them, it's because I know them. It's because I vetted them and I know they're doing it because they actually need it. Versus some people who, I'm gonna just say it. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Sometimes Republicans have a point. Sometimes Republicans have a point about some people. Okay, sometimes they say, hey, there are some of y'all out there who really don't want to work, who really don't want to do anything, who literally like don't seize opportunities that they have, and then they want to beg to people because they know they could. That is a real thing. The problem is they put that on the majority of Americans on things like SNAP, which we know the majority of Americans on SNAP work, first and foremost. They'll put that on any other social aid program. Oh, we have this much fraud. And then you look into it, the fraud is less than 10%. And it's mostly from the administrators, not the people getting the programs. So I have no problem eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. But when you completely ignore where the majority of it is coming from, the loopholes or tax breaks that we give to 1%, all these different things, and you want to nitpick at, I don't know, Joey, who gets an additional $50 accidentally on SNAP, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Fraud is fraud, whatever. But I could care less about someone who is able to use that money, or better yet, people who sell food stamps, because that's a thing, right? People who sell food stamps. They wouldn't have to sell food stamps if shit wasn't so hard. And we're going to ignore all these other problems over here and this pardon. One thing that kills me. So I've been looking heavily at like cases across the United States, especially after the Minnesota fraud bullshit that's been going out. So I made this thing where I sometimes almost every day I will Google a random red state and I'll just Google state fraud. So I'll do Ohio fraud, Tennessee fraud, Kentucky fraud, Texas fraud. And there's always a story. There's always a case, but they only ever want to talk about the fraud in Minnesota, right? Which was already settled. And I'll Google them and I'll look at the cases. And what I find amazing in many of these instances is they'll be like, they sued them for this million, or they defrauded them. They stole, let's say, 15 million, and then they have to pay back 11 million in restitution. And I'll be like, hold up. Why are you paying less than what you stole? Why aren't you paying more? It's a weird thing. Look into some cases in regards to the restitution. They'll be like, you took this much and you just got to pay back this much. The fuck are we? What? It's fucking insane. It's absolutely fucking insane. So they'll look at all of that. And then want to worry about someone who sold their food stamps so they can maybe get some extra snacks that they like, or I don't know, buy a game for their kid on a PS5. And again, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying priorities. Priorities. One thing I like about Democrats is they understand all these things are happening. They don't actually ignore it the way Republicans say, but they prioritize the big shit. Can you look up Potato Land next? Idaho? Yeah, sure. We'll do it right now. We're still waiting on 400K likes. And those of you on the tube side, make sure you hit the like button as well. Subscribe on your way in, on your way out. Yeah, double tap the screen. The second we hit 400K, we're done. I do have 2 more here. W's in the chat to Janice for the $5 PayPal. For Ashley, wish it could be more. You did all you could, and that's 100 for me. Thank you so much, Janice. W's in the chat to Anna for the $3.98 for mutual aid. Thank you so much, Anna. I appreciate you. Is that 9? And did I get that one? Yes, I did. I did get this one. Oh my fuck. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. 50 W's in the chat to Barbara for the $50 cash app for Supermom Ash. Rest your cape for a bit. You goddamn right. Mothers are superheroes. I don't care what anyone says. This will help her rest a lot more. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, you guys are fucking awesome. Okay. Math. 9 would be 1666, 1166. Okay. Thank you guys so much for your donos. Okay, so I'm looking up. Let's do Idaho fraud. I'm telling you, I strongly advocate for you guys to do this. Literally just look up fraud in a red state weekly. You'll see cases after cases after cases that Republicans don't talk about. And no one's saying prioritize one over the other. Fraud is fraud and fraud is bad. It hurts or harms people, especially when it comes to social programs with folks who may actually need it who and don't qualify or don't get enough. But focus on the big issues. So let's do Idaho fraud. And let's see. Boys police recover $50,000 after scammer poisons bank employee. Texas man arrested in Idaho after alleged multi-state credit card scheme. We have some DMV scams. Ooh, fuck. This is 3 days ago. FBI arrests fugitive accused in $220 million cattle fraud scheme. Let me put this motherfucker up on the screen for y'all, bro. Let me put this shit up on the screen for y'all. Look at him. Look at him. You know why he has that smirk on his face after being caught? Because he ain't got to pay all that shit back. He ain't got to pay all that shit back. Why is this not working for me? It's not letting me crop out. The fuck? Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Look at that smile on his face. You know he got some of that stacked away somewhere else. He ain't paying all that shit back. Look at his face. He's fucking thrilled. He's thrilled, bro. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Federal authorities have arrested a Missouri man wanted in connection with a $220 million cattle fraud scheme across several states. Oh, this isn't even Idaho specifically, but Idaho is one of them. Joshua Robert Link was taken into custody on Monday at Los Angeles International Airport, according to the FBI. The arrest was carried out by officers from U.S. Customs and Border Protection, LAX Airport Police, and FBI task force officers from the Los Angeles Police Department. Link was the only defendant still at large after the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Texas announced last month that 5 people had been indicted on federal fraud and money laundering charges. Prosecutors say the group engineered a nationwide scheme built around purported cattle purchase contracts. According to the indictment, Link's and co-defendants Jed Wood, Tia Link, Taylor Bang, and Oriana Thomas founded Agridime LLC, them goddamn LLCs, and solicited funds from cattle buyers, ranchers, and feedlots. They allegedly promised investors that their money would be used to purchase and raise specific cattle before selling the meat for profit. Instead, prosecutors alleged the group used new investor money to pay earlier investors while also covering company expenses, personal spending, and real estate acquisitions. The scheme is accused of generating more than $220 million between January 2021 and December 2023. Thousands of unwitting investors, ranchers, and others in the cattle industry nationwide were drawn in and victimized by the defendant's multi-million-dollar scheme alleged in this indictment, U.S. Attorney Ryan Raybould said in a statement. My office, in concert, I think it's concert, with our law enforcement partners, will hold these defendants accountable and pursue justice on behalf of the victims. Link is expected to be transferred to Texas to face federal charges. When will Republicans talk about that? They don't care. They don't care about fraud. They only care about fraud when it comes from a specific demographic. They're not consistent, unfortunately. Anyway, yeah, literally. I strongly implore you guys to look up fraud in red states. Just do it at random. Pick any red state, look up fraud. You'll find a fucking crazy case. And we can universally be happy that these people are being caught. Absolutely. But it's the fact that that is not what's put forward in their news networks. It's Minnesota, 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 because Minnesota has the blue-haired white liberals that are gay and trans. Minnesota has the immigrant population. Minnesota has programs. I'll never forget this, bro. Someone came up on my panel a couple weeks back, and they were complaining that Minnesota and California's like social program and aid specifically was a ridiculous amount of money, or ridiculous to them. It was like in the millions of dollars, billions of dollars, right? And they said that because the program had all that money there, it was Democrats enabling fraud. That was their argument, right? Because they have more money to help people, they were enabling fraud. So I'm like, so you want Democrats to significantly cut every fucking program they have to help people so it can reduce the amount of fraud? Like, what do you say to people like that? What do you actually say to people like that? And then he compared it to a red state that had next to nothing. So I'm like, you would rather people get fucked in a red state who have nothing versus more people in a blue state get more, and then they just have more to steal? And again, not them, opportunists like this guy that we just went over. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Oh my goodness. Big W's in the chat. Big W's in the chat to Nikki, Creative Nikki, for the $50 Venmo. Did I miss the mutual aid for Ash? No, you did not, Nikki. Late to the party, but I brought snacks. Should be able to get a good bit of snacks with this. Thank you so much, Nikki. Big W's to you. Big W's to you. I appreciate your support. Guys, we came here to raise at least 700. Look where we're at now. Look where we're at now. 211. Did I fuck this up? I did. Hold on. No, not 211. 1216. 1216. Look what we did, y'all. Look what we did, y'all. This is why we do this shit. All right, I'm tired. We're right there. We're almost at 400K. Let's go. Let's go. And let me see who's live on the YouTube that we can raid. Who's live on YouTube that we can raid? None of my friends that I want to raid have the YouTube going. So I think we'll do Queen. We'll do Queen. And it looks like she has a guest up. So we're going to go ahead and show Queen V. Lee some love. We're going to show her some love. YouTubers, she does not have a YouTube stream going. So we can send y'all to Parker. Does Parker allow redirects? Does Parker allow redirects? I don't think he does. I would hope he doesn't, because if he did, so many people would raid his shit and spam it. So go ahead and go to Parker's stream, YouTubers. Go to Parker's stream. Go ahead and say Hector raid for me. I appreciate y'all. Show him some love. Enjoy the debates. If you're on TikTok, you can go to Queen V. Lee stream, and I have it up currently on the TikTok screen, but she doesn't have YouTube. So YouTubers, go to Parker's stream. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to our notification bells. Thank you guys so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, your engagement, your super chats, all the good things. Pickles? What is Pickles stream? Hold on. I'm not sure if he allows redirects either. If he allows redirects, we'll go to him. Let me see. Debates with MAGA Pickles. I am subscribed. Yeah, so I should be able to rate him. Okay, we'll do Pickles. Let me see if he allows me to. Some of their creators don't have it on, because then they'll get a bunch of spammers. Let me get this set up here. Content. Here's bathroom. Okay, here. Let's do customization, redirect, and pickles. Yeah, he doesn't allow me. It doesn't allow me to. All my fucking favorite people, I can't redirect to them. I'll send him a message about it. He has to give me access. Ari still has to give me access to. Go raid Parker, guys. Go raid Parker, YouTubers. I appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest.